Give me a second here. Let me share this. Just give me a second, y'all. Just sharing this. You seen this on the replay. So just give me a second. Just give me a second, y'all. Let me make sure I share this, get this out to everybody. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to check something out real quick. I'm sorry. Anyway, so if any of y'all do or don't know, Puff was scheduled to appear in court today. He did briefly. It was a light hearing. I mean, it really wasn't nothing to it. Let me make sure y'all can hear me and everything. It really wasn't nothing. It really wasn't nothing to it. But there was a few things that were mentioned that I'm going to talk about, and some people were able to articulate it because, well, quite simply, they're not as smart as they pretend they are. So, with that being said, I'm going to read off some of these things that I've came to based off of asking a few questions. Let me say that much. You know what I'm saying? Asking a few questions. So one of the things that you may have not heard is this terminology called Rule 4405, right? And what Rule 405 is what was articulated between the judge, the prosecutor, and Marco and his team was this. They want to introduce what's called Rule 405 here. And it's an admission of it or whatever the case may be or whatever. And I'm going to tell you what this means. Rule 405, methods of proving character is what this is pronounced. And so it goes by this. A, by reputation or opinion. When evidence of a person's character or character trait is admissible, it may be proved by testimony about the person's reputation or by testimony in the form of opinion, or on cross-examination of other character witnesses. The court may allow an inquiry into relevant specific instances of the person's conduct. Meaning this is a tail-end spin on my personal opinion, trying to figure out whether or not someone is heritable or what's going on. What's going on, B? By specific instance of conduct as listed in section B of this. When a person's character or character trait is an essential element of charge, claim, or defense, and the character trait may be proved by relevant specific instances of person's conduct. Okay, so this is what actually some of y'all may not be able to articulate, specifically of one particular woman that's so thirsty to go live that she can't even figure out what's going on. But that's Rule 405. I'm going to continue reading this to you guys. By specific instances of conduct. And for you guys that's tuning in, let me read the first one. This is called Rule 405, which was mentioned and spoken about by the judge, prosecution, and Mark Figlio and his team that are defending Diddy. And it goes like this, Rule 405, and I'm going to mention some others for you too, so you may want to stay here. Rule 405, methods of proving character. So I want to define this for you guys because a lot of people just heard this mention or will just hear this mention and they don't know what it means. A, by reputation or opinion, when evidence of a person's character or character trait is admissible. It may be proved by testimony about the person's reputation or by testimony in the form of an opinion on cross-examination of the character witness that the court may allow an inquiry into the relevant specific instances of a person's conduct. B, by specific instance of conduct when a person's character or character trait is an essential element of charge, claim, or defense. The character trait may be proved proved by relevant specific instances of person's conduct. And then there's notes in it, whatever. The rule, now this is what it seems in law form. The rule deals only with allowable methods of proving character, not with the admissibility of character evidence, which is covered by Rule 404. So these go together. This is why both of these were mentioned. That's what grabbed my ear. On three methods of proving character provided by the rule, evidence of specific instances of the conduct are the most convincing. At the same time, it possesses a great capacity to arouse prejudice, to confuse, to surprise, and to consume time. Coincidentally, the rule confines that the use of evidence on the kind of cases which character is the strict sense and issue, hence deserving of a searching inquiry, which character is circumstantially, and hence occupies a lesser status in the case. Proof may be only by reputation and opinion. The latter matters are also available when character is an issue. The treatment is, with respect to the specific instances of the conduct of reputation, conventional contemporary common law doctrine, McCormick 153, and recognizing opinion as means of proving character, the rule departs from the usual contemporary practice in favor of that of an earlier day, meaning almost archaic, in my opinion. Pointing out that the earlier practice permitted opinion and arguably strongly for evidence or based on the personal knowledge and belief of the contrasted and the secondhand irresponsible product of multiplied guesses and gossip, which we term reputation. Guesses and gossip. What do I always say on here? Guessing and gossiping. Guessing and gossiping, which we term reputation. It seems likely that the persistence of reputation evidence is due to largely being being opinion in disguise. So I'm gonna say that for y'all one more time because this is so funny right here, and it points out everybody almost in the T sector here. Now this is gonna go over a lot of people's heads. A lot of people are gonna get bored by this or whatever, whatever. But this is how the rules work in the court of law versus how you think they work here on YouTube. The guessing and the gossiping, and it's what's happening. And time after time after time, you're seeing that all of you have been proven wrong, and many of you can't articulate as well as you think you can. That's why hence they call me professional. I'm here to help. Now, anyway, let me go back to what I was saying here. The second-hand irresponsible product of multiplied guesses and gossip, which we term reputation. It seems likely that the persistence of reputation evidence is due largely being an opinion in disguise. Traditionally, character has been regarded primarily in the moral overtones of good or bad. Chaste, peaceful, truthful, honest, nevertheless, the occasional non-moral considerations cropped up, as in the case of an incompetent driver, and this seems bound to happen increasingly. If character is defined as a kind of person one is, the account must be taken varying ways on arriving at an estimate, meaning a conclusion. This may range from opinion to an employer that's found the man to be honest of opinion, and a psychiatrist based on examination and testing can be that broad of a spectrum. Never effective defining the line exists between the character and the mental capacity, and the latter traditionally has been proven by opinion. According to the great majority of cases on cross-examination, the inquiry allowable is whether the reputation witnesses has heard of particular instances of conduct pertinent to the trait of one in question. One that could be pointed to a case of Michelin versus the United States, 335 U.S. 469, docket 69C, T 21391 LED 168 1948. The theory is that since the reputation witnesses relates he has heard the inquiring tends to shed light on the accuracy at his hearing and reporting. Accordingly, the opinion witness would be asked whether he knew as well as whether or he heard. That the fact is, of course, that these distinctions are slight of any practical significance, and the second sentence of subdivision eliminates them as a factor in formulating questions. That means all you T-blogger motherfuckers, you ain't gonna be the first one that people come witness. Matter of fact, you're gonna be the first motherfucker that they throw out the window. Do you understand? I keep trying to tell y'all, your kids gonna learn. Your kids gonna learn. The recognition of propriety is inquiring into specific instances of conduct, not circumstantial inquiry, otherwise into basis of opinion and reputation testimony. The express allowance of inquiries into specific instances of conduct of cross-examination and subdivision, and expresses allowance as part of a case in chief character, and actually issues a subdivision complainant contemplate the testimony of certain specific instances and not generally permissible in a direct examination or ordinary opinion witness to character witness. You understand? If you got a whole bunch of people that are going up there and they just got an opinion what they think is going on, or they got an opinion of somebody's reputation, or they got an opinion of something like that, and you've got 10, 15, 20 people like this to say, well, I heard back in 2003, or I heard back in 2004, I heard this or whatever. I'm going to continue reading in a second. Does that mean that every last one of these people is right? Does this mean that every last one of these people is correct because they heard a rumor and they consistently believe the rumor altogether? Or does this mean we need to raise our eyebrow of people versus character testimony versus people that actually have sound ground evidence? You know what I'm saying? And so once we have people that have sound ground evidence and they say, okay, well, you know what? Now we can move along with this, then that would make sense to me. But we're basing a lot of these people, and this is why they have until Monday, the prosecution, to start digging some of these names out and divvying some of these names out. Now, it's going to be in private. It's going to be between just the attorneys. The world's not going to know. It's against the judge's rules for the world to know. So he's already ruled on that pretty much, I'm assuming. So, you won't be able to divvy up the names and have your own little podcast about the names and, ooh, child, and lordy, 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 and all that, talk that y'all like to do, like y'all sitting in front of the front porch, you know what I'm saying, in southern Tennessee with a mason jar full of iced tea with a lot of sugar in it, smoking on a long cigarette. Oh, fuck. I'm going to get y'all back in trend, though. I want to get it back to when motherfuckers was scared again. I like that feeling. Now, this is from Cornell Law School, the definition of that. Now, what I'm going to read to you now is Rule 404, which was also mentioned. What's going on, B? Now, I want to make sure this is definitive to the people here that don't know this stuff. They don't know this law jargon. They don't understand this stuff or whatever. It's right on the screen, B. It's right on the screen. It's right on the screen. So here we go. Evidence of a person's character or character trait is not admissible to prove that a particular occasion or the person acted in accordance with a character trait. Once, back again, for those who don't get it, these gossiping sites and all that stuff. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the like button. If y'all don't, I'm going to start editing like a motherfucker in a minute. You ain't going to want me to start editing. You understand what I'm saying? So let's be nice and hit that like button for me before I had to start editing. You understand what I'm saying? For what I was originally going to tell you. You know what I mean? So anyway, long story short, Rule 404, which is also mentioned in the hearing today, for people that don't know what this means, I want to explain it to them because a lot of people that do these lives, they can't even explain to you on the fly what they're talking about. You understand what I'm saying? They're just grabbing it up and they're saying this, and I'm going to point out something else that I said just last night about CNN. Now, I want to say this again. Rule 404, character evidence, other crimes, wrongs, or acts, is how it's defined. Number one, prohibited uses. Evidence of a person's character or character trait is not admissible to prove a particular occasion that the person acted in accordance with a character trait. Two, exceptions of the defendant or victim in a criminal case. The following exceptions apply in criminal cases. A defendant may offer evidence of a defendant's pertinent trait, and if the evidence is admitted, the prosecutor may offer the evidence to rebut it. Number B. Oh, excuse me, I said number B. B. Subject to limitations. In Rule 412, a defendant may offer evidence of an alleged victim's pertinent trait, and the evidence is admitted. The prosecutor may offer evidence to rebut it, offer evidence to the defendant to the same trait. In a homicide case, the prosecutor may offer evidence to allege that the victim's trait of peacefulness to rebut evidence that the victim was the first aggressor, meaning that there was one person that started it, so the other person may have stopped it. Many times when I mention here in the state of Connecticut, we have what you call the castle doctrine, which is identical to the stand your ground. The only difference is I have to retreat first. And understand that if you still after me after I retreated from you initially, and that retreat it's not definitive. So, you know what I'm saying? Like if you attack me or whatever, I move 2 feet back and you come into, you know what I mean? Something can happen. So when we hope that doesn't, we don't want to do stuff like that. But it's just a case in point to you that it always is an aggressor. Yeah, exactly, law. Now, I want to move on. I want to continue talking to you guys about this. Prohibited uses, which is listed in section 3 here. Exceptions are for a witness. Evidence of a witness' character may be admitted under rules 607, 608, and 609, other crimes and wrongs and acts. Prohibited uses. Evidence, and this is admissible, and this is what you can use. Evidence of any crime, wrong, or act that is not admissible to prove a person's character in order to show on a particular occasion the person acted in accordance with that such character. 2, permitted uses, which is the one here that everybody, of course, wants to hear. The evidence may be admissible on another purpose, such as proving motive, opportunity, excuse me, y'all. accidentally went off the page. Fucker. Give me 1 second here, guys. I accidentally went off the page, but it ain't hard to get it back. Just give me 1 second. I was on a roll too, wasn't I? It's all good. We'll get right back there. We was on 404 we were reading. And let's go back right here. This ain't gonna take nothing but a second. Boom, back here. Okay, we're gonna start it over too. I'm gonna start it all the way over for you guys, for everybody just tuning in, so you know what we're talking about here and everything else. So one of the things that was mentioned in the hearing today, it was a brief hearing. That's why I was gonna need to show up. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Live for showing up. You know what I mean? But check this out. Rule 404: character evidence, other crimes, wrongs, and acts. Evidence of a person's character or character trait is not admissible to prove that a particular occasion or the person acted in accordance to a character or trait. Number two, exceptions of the defendant or victim in a criminal case. The following exceptions apply in a criminal case. Exceptions apply. A defendant may offer evidence of a defendant's pertinent trait, and if the evidence is admitted, the prosecutor may offer evidence to rebut it. Meaning they can say Puff is a great person or whatever, and they have to go and they have to rebut it. You know, they can say, well, no, he's not a good person because of this reason or whatever. The prosecution has the right to do this. B, subject to limitations in Rule 412. A defendant may offer evidence of an alleged victim's pertinent trait, and if the evidence is admitted, the prosecutor may offer evidence to rebut it and offer evidence to the defendants of the same trait. And in a homicide case, the prosecutor may offer evidence in an alleged victim's trait of peacefulness to rebut evidence that the victim was the first aggressor, meaning that somebody's retaliating because you were the aggressor. All right. Exceptions for a witness. Evidence of a witness' character may be omitted under Rule 607, 608, and 609. Prohibited uses. Evidence of any other crime, wrong, or act is not admissible to prove a person's character in order to show that on a particular occasion the person acted in accordance with such character. Number two, permitted uses. The evidence may be admissible for another purpose, such as proving motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan, knowledge, identity, absence of a mistake, or lack of accident. Number three, notice of a criminal case. In a criminal case, a prosecutor must provide a reasonable notice of any such evidence that a prosecutor intends to offer at such trial, such a defendant has a fair opportunity to meet it. This is what you're seeing going on Monday, Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday when they give some of these names, when they start giving a little bit more evidence that they have provided already, whatever, to Puff's lawyers, Agnafio, and so on and so forth, so they can be in preparation for this case that's now been moved from the 5th to the 12th. This way, all y'all that didn't know. So now there's going to be a set of hearings. There's going to be another set of hearings, I believe, the 28th, the 29th, somewhere around there, or whatever. I don't know. I have to get a confirmation on that. That'd be very easy by this evening. But but anyway, long story short, I'll get a confirmation on that. But I think it's April 28th to 29th, one of the two, or whatever. And that's what they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. What's going on? What's going on, J Block? What's popping? What's popping? Yeah, y'all in here. I hear you. You say you sent a Cash App. Now you ain't send me no Cash App, but I think you writing my Cash App. That's what you was doing. I need you to do me a favor though. Let me see if it'll fit. Yeah, it fit right there. It fit right there. It fit right there. $ 16 capital. Oh, you wrote your Cash App in there too. That's slick. I like that. Hold on 1 second. Let me take care of you real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all. I got a sucker in here. Give me a second. All right, cool. We good. Somebody that was real slick. I like that one though. That was ingenuity. They wrote their Cash App and my Cash App together. I didn't think I was gonna catch that. Nah, I ain't slow, homie. You got the wrong nigga. Good looking, Javon. So let me continue reading this on or whatever, because that's be people that come in here, they just try to mess up the podcast. They be jealous and, shit like that. Okay, so back to what we were reading here, exceptions for the witness. Evidence of witness character may be admitted under Rules 607, 608, and 609. Prohibited uses. Evidence of any other crime, wrong, or act not admissible to prove a person's character in order to show on a particular occasion the person acted in accordance with that character. The evidence may be admissible for another purpose, such as proving motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan, knowledge, identity, absence of mistake, and lack of accident. Notice, of a criminal case. In a criminal case, the prosecutor must A, provide reasonable notice of any such evidence that the prosecutor intends to offer at the trial, such as the defendant has a fair opportunity to meet it. This is what you're seeing coming up this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's what's going down right there. So you got to know that point. You understand that we'll be having a I guess you could call it. It could be having a I don't know. They'll be meeting to exchange information such as names, such as accusations, further ones, and particulars, and things like that, or whatever. I don't want to go too much into these things. I don't want to speculate. That's what I want to say. So anyway, the prosecution is going to have to hand these things over, whatever, whatever. And once they hand these things over, you'll have at that point you'll have a moment of it. I guess what is the term that you call it there? Um, Exploration, I guess. You know what I mean? Someone said, "You're so boring." Well, you don't have to be here. That's one of those niggas. That's one of the type of people that like to have court on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be here. I don't care. I could care less. Anyway, let's move on because we want to talk about the law. We don't want to talk about what makes the hotlines popular on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because the court is not held on YouTube. It's held at the federal courthouse here in New York, Tri-State. You understand? What I'm saying? Anyway, continuing on. Evidence of other crimes, wrong, and act is not admissible to prove a person's character in order to show on a particular occasion the person acted in accordance with that character. Permitted uses. The evidence must be admissible to another purpose, such as proving motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan, knowledge, identity, absent of mistake or lack of evidence. Provide reasonable notice of such evidence that the prosecutor intends to offer at trial, so the defendant has a fair opportunity to meet it. Articulate in a notice the permitted purpose for which the prosecutor intends to offer the evidence and the reasonable supports of the purpose, and do so in a writing before trial. So that's why you're going to see another court date now, right before trial, where they'll offer that portion of evidence and everything like that too. So for people that don't understand, I wanted to make sure that was and made that pertinent, that I explains that to you guys, so you understand exactly what foray actually happened today and what transcended. Because a lot of people that want to go lie because I want everybody to know that I'm gonna stay on Diddy Combs. If you one of them type of people that run a podcast like that, you want to make everybody think that you got the scoop and you don't have the scoop. I already told niggas before shit even started, I said, watch, this broad gonna go live, watch. And you did just what I thought you was gonna do. Reading all, it is crazy. Anyway, I want to continue reading this. This is once again Rule 404, which was mentioned by Judge Semarinian today, and in conference with Sean Diddy Combs lawyers and prosecutors today. They in the courtroom. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to read out what these things actually meant and how they actually concur and go together. 405 and 404. The subvision deals with basic questions whether the character evidence should be admitted. Once the admissibility of character evidence in some form is established under the rule, reference must then be made to Rule 405, which I read to y'all before. You understand? So, which follows, in order to determine the appropriate method of proof, if the character is that of the witness, see Rule 608 and 610 for a methods proof. Character questions arise in two fundamentally different ways. Character may itself be an element of crime, claim, or defense. One of the three. I'll say that again. Character may be a result and itself be an element of crime, claim, or defense. A situation of this kind is commonly referred to as a character and issue. Illustrations are the chastity of the victim under the statute specifying his chastity as an element of the crime, and seduction or complacency of the driver in the action for negligently and thrusting a motor vehicle and an incompetent driver, no problem of the general relevancy of character evidence is involved. And the present rule, therefore, has no provision of that subject. The only question relates to allowable methods of proof, as which we see in Rule 405. Once again, back to Rule 405. These go together. Immediate following, character evidence is susceptible of being used for a purpose of suggesting the interference of a person acted in an occasional and questionable consistency with such character. This use of character is often described as circumstantial. Illustrations are evidence of violence, disposition to prove that a person was an aggressor in an affray, or evidence of honesty in disproof or charge of theft. The circumstantial use of the character evidence raises questions of relevancy as well as questions of allowable methods of proof. In most jurisdictions today, the circumstantial use of character is rejected, but in important exceptions, the accused may introduce pertinent evidence of good character, often misleadingly describe or putting his character in issue. You understand what I'm saying? So, what you have here is you have people that run around on the internet right now, and they are so chaste with taking people down and bringing people down. Like, I'll give you a perfect example right now. Right now, I have somebody in my chat room, right, that is telling me, Cash App, get a job. This man doesn't even know that my page is monetized. This man doesn't actually realize, because he's not very perceptive. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't know that products for sale. So he could have picked any one of those three options, but his option was to try to tear me down. You understand what I'm saying? And I will agree, and I will continue to say a lot of this has to do with being a male, and a lot of it has to do with being a male in this color. This man's name is Ian Wu. Ian Wu would sit around and be one of the same individuals that would say, "Stop Asian hate, and you need to join me," wouldn't you, Ian Wu? Hmm? But you see, once you're on a different side of the playing field and the teams have changed, what happens is now you'll root for your team and you'll say the most vicious shit that you can ever say to me. Sir, you can never, ever insult me. I've been doing this for 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds like to me, if you're listening to me at 2:30 in the afternoon and you're able to write, what's the name, comments in here, it would suggest more so you don't have a job. I'm at my job. You have a good day, sir. Ian Wu. That's how we deal with that. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to deal with the riffraff. We have to throw the riffraff out of here. There's a lot of people on here that, surprisingly enough, um, don't want to see the ascension of any man of color. The probability, I think, in the theory is this, and this includes with Puff. If we keep these motherfuckers down for the next 10 or 20 years, ultimately they will give up so much they will almost cease to exist and not be a problem. We'll eradicate them in the sports field, and if we get them in the sports field, we will gradually let them make but so much money. You understand what I'm saying? If we get them in the media field, we will gradually let them make so much money or let them acquire so much money, then we take it back. And the women, for some reason or another, surprisingly enough, and all the intellect that they have, for some reason or another, are not privy to this when it comes to Puff, when it comes to Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? I would say if any time in history since Adam and Eve, this is one of the biggest betrayals I've seen in a long time. And a lot of women will pay the price for that, spiritually. You're helping my oppression, but you're asking me to be diligent, and you're asking me for my hand, and you're asking me for my words, and you're asking me, but you're helping along with men that look like me's oppression. And for you men to sit there and side with the same women that do this and give out misinformation and things like that, or whatever, you're even more of a problem, because you know what the setup is out here. You know how it is for out here. There are locales all across America now that if you go into any of the neighborhood stores, and if you don't believe me, there's a group of black teenagers right now and black adults right now that have MBAs, that have doctorate degrees and everything like that, and they're complaining about California, they're complaining about Florida, they're complaining about Texas. How none of these localities want to hire more than what you call it, their qualified workers, just because of their black. And it's more so hitting black women because they come out with a lot more degrees than a lot of other people nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? So, bitch, if you're being oppressed, why would you sit out there and try to oppress your counterpart? That doesn't make any sense to me. And henceforth, I say, and I will continue to say, the woman that you once knew is no more. She has fallen, just like Eve had fallen one time, just how Lilith had fallen before her. It is God's way, let it happen. And I know that sounds cold and it sounds hard, but I heard a chick today go live, and I'm gonna go back to the more specifics in a minute, but I just want to give you a reason why I'm saying that. In the past couple years, whether it be the Tory Lane situation, whether it be currently with this Puff situation, when it was with what was the other kid's name? ASAP Rocky. I don't know how I forgot that. When it was with what's son's name? Young Thug, Dirk, or whatever. I saw the consistent verbatim. They kept trying to get Homie, first of all, let me tell you something, right? I don't like people like Liv that sit around and they want to give these psychoanalysis of shit or whatever. So let me break something down to you, Liv, before I eradicate your ass the fuck up out of here, because you're a disruptor. You're a piece of shit. Um, First of all, sweetheart, I live in a very well-sized place. Let's say that it's more than enough room for at least four people to be in this motherfucker comfortably, and everybody can be in their own space, and we wouldn't run into each other. Let me put it that way. I put my place on camera on here several times to prove that point. Number two, I live in one of the most opulent areas in Connecticut. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm inside a car, dog. I'm inside a car. That's it. But and I know you're jealous. That's why you're saying things like that. That's why you're here. That's your job. You don't have a job. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention. This is my job. You understand what I'm saying? That Cash App, the products is available, the motherfucking what's the name? You can subscribe, you can hit the like button. This is my job. This is what I do daily. I go on locations. I work for what I do. You see what I'm saying? But Liv, if we break down and see who you are, you're nobody. You've been here for 2 weeks. Bye bye. You see how these people will do? They're so demented now that they'll sit there and say, "You get a job, but nigga, what kind of job you got that allows you to sit there and watch me on YouTube?" Either y'all ain't busy, y'all ain't got no business, has an unsuccessful business, or you lying and trying to make yourself look like something other than what you are. This is what you see with people online nowadays. And this is why, like, I'm more so and more so upset with this whole pup thing, because I've heard this one particular chick, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? I heard this one particular chick, I'm gonna call her Lisa Smells. You know, she was just, ah, but what she didn't realize when she was talking, one, she didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. Two, as she was talking in moment. You understand what I'm saying? Now, anybody that know this game know that situations like that, you don't talk in moment, because things are being read out like at rapid sensation. So it's response time in this type of setup. So since things are being read out in a rapid sensation, you don't know what to expect that judge is going to say. That judge could have sneezed the wrong way when he came from the bathroom before he took the bench, and that might have put him in a totally different mood than priorly he was in. It might have changed his thinking. Somebody could have said something funny to him as he was walking back to the bench, and he's like, "Yo, you know what? I feel like being a, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever." So what I'm saying is there's no predictability of what he was going to say. Only thing you could do was just sit back and listen to what he was going to say. Nobody knows this judge. Nobody's ever sat down and concurred with this judge, had to sit down, a powwow, smoked a cigarette with him, played a game of chess with him, nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So you're guessing what somebody's psychology is based on the familiars of what's in your mind. But what you always never ask your mind is, or yourself is, how far does that realm expand for me in reality? See, and I'll give you a perfect example. See, I worked at a record company for 17 years. You see what I'm saying? Now, in comparison, what were you doing for those same 17 years? And at the conclusion of it, you have such things listed as, well, I worked at McDonald's and I was the manager there for 4 years. Or I worked at the local Starbucks and I was there for 5 years. Or, you know, I missed out on going to college, or I missed out on all the other things I could have been doing in my 20s and 30s because I was doing what I was doing in my 20s and 30s. But now I'm here on YouTube and I'm important. So my job now is to pretend for the past 17 years in comparison to a dude like that guy that actually went through it, saw it, can recollect, point out things and spit them out verbatim. I don't have to go to a Google thing. I don't have to do any of that shit. And people know that know me here or know people in the music industry. I'm telling these things from a first person perspective. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to Google, dude. That's the difference. So when I sit there and I hear these people like old Lisa Smells today sit on her podcast and something proudly you said, bitch, you disproved yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And it's the slickness of these hoes that's really in question. Because I say to myself, and I said this about Lisa Smells, she's a beautiful girl. She really is. She's cute. You understand what I'm saying? I done seen better on Fordham Avenue on January 4th at 2 o'clock in the morning, though. I ain't gonna hold you. But the point I'm getting at is, what's going on, Yuri? The point I'm getting at is, shorty cute or whatever, whatever. You know, she got the little extensions trying to front like it's her texture of hair. Bitch, that's extensions. I can tell that. But it's all good. We ain't gonna hold you. Now, my point is right? She sits on it. She projects to people that she's a nice person, in my opinion. But if you want to do this whole psychological evaluation, whatever, whatever, people are so dark on YouTube nowadays that they actually, and YouTube helps along with it. I gotta hold them down too, and hold them credible for this. They even like, okay, if you on and you saying something negative, they'll push you out. So this is what happens with the whole Jay-Z and Diddy thing. It's all negative when it goes into it. It's all negative, conspiracy theories, nothing about the law. Like when I read you about 454 and 404, people couldn't even define what that was. I said, oh, I know what that is because I knew because I'd heard that terminology before. So I knew what to reference. Most people, they can't even reference that to you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there was another mention in there, which I'm pretty sure many of y'all heard or will hear. It's called 3500, right? And you're like, well, what's that, Davin Lewis? What's that? Well, let's read what that is. Rule 3500 material, also known as Jencks Act material, refers to written statements or reports by the government witnesses other than the defendant that the prosecution is required to produce after the witness has testified in a federal criminal case. The Jencks Act, codified as 18 USC 3500, mandates that the government produce any statements or reports made by a government witness other than the defendant to relate to their testimony. This is also what you're seeing going down on Monday and Tuesday of this coming up week. Timing of production. The production of the Jencks material is triggered after the witness has testified, although the government often provides materials pre-trial for efficiency. The purpose of the Jencks Act is to allow the defense to examine the witness' prior statements and for consistencies or inconsistencies with their testimony, particularly aiding in impeachment or cross-examination. Scope. The Jencks Act applies only to statements or reports made by the government witnesses, not statements made by the defendant or non-government witness. Brady material. The Jencks Act distinct from Brady material, which refers to exemplary and impeachment evidence that the prosecution is required to disclose to the defense, regardless of whether it's related to the witness testimony. The gigolo, I think that's what it is, gigolo material. I think that's what it is. Gigolo material stemming from Gigolo versus United States. Excuse me, y'all. This shit, I hate when this shit does this. The gigolo information refers to any information about deals or agreements that witnesses in the criminal case may enter into the government, which also was discussed in the defense. So that's a pure readout of what was presented there. The three, in my opinion, the things that stood out within that whole little, I don't know what you want to say, it was a hearing or whatever, whatever. It wasn't really no hearing. You know what I'm saying? The real hearing ain't gonna happen until like April. You know what I'm saying now? You know what I'm saying? And then May 5th, and then the new trial date, which is now May the 12th. So please stop saying it's May the 5th from now on. It's May the 12th. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this one up out of here. Hold on one second. Let me make sure I ain't got no mother weirdos in here. Somebody asked me if I put sugar in grits. If somebody asked you they put sugar in grits, so when you call them a racist? Someone in here writing some weird language that might be taken as a spell. Somebody said, what's going on, my ninja? Man, it's some weird people in here. Hello, I am Japanese. Anytime somebody comes in here and says that, you prejudiced in a motherfucker. You looking for sympathy. Okay, we got them out of here. I just want to make sure I get the weirdos out of here. I don't know. It's like, it's crazy nowadays. You get a lot of weirdo people in here. And I don't like talking to people like that, especially if you ain't supporting the channel. Guys, make sure y'all hit the channel, make sure you guys double tap the screen, hit the like button for me. Now, I live in the New York City tri-state, and I got a hoodie on, a jacket, a scarf, and a hat. It's not 80 degrees up here. I live in the New York City tri-state. You ain't been nowhere, huh? Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Well, I said something wrong. Y'all just hating. I like to sit back and see who just hating. That's the shit I like. I like because there's so many haters on YouTube. Ain't no sincere people on YouTube. Trust me on that one. Let me tell y'all something real importantly before I keep going. I hear you. I don't care either. Somebody wrote, I don't care. I don't care about the evidence. I don't care what the government has to say. If you're not Pastor P. Diddy, I don't care. Lucky me. What a great screen name. You've been here for 1 year and 46 subscribers. Don't go listening to that one. That one's going to lead you to a road of destruction. Like when I listen to people online and they try to move around the law and act like now their personal opinion actually dictates Diddy's case or Jay-Z's case or whatever. And as you're finding out more and more and more, if you're smart, like the dumb ones, they're going to still, we got to get your pitchfork. We got to go after Jay-Z. That nigger's got to go down. And this is black people talking like that. As much as you, as much as you say that and have that verbatim or whatever, right? What you have is you have a lot of people that sit around and they formulate all these in how can I say it, intentional campaigns to bash somebody. Or as I saw today from Lisa Smells once again when she was live, who was literally watching this bitch the whole time she was live. I was like, this shit is funny, and she was so amped up. And one of the things she was talking about this the other day when she got proven wrong, she was talking about the CNN tape and how the CNN tape actually is longer and quite possibly may have been manipulated. How do I know this? I went to fucking school for digital media. The videos you see in my shorts, even though those are all under 1 minute, I think most of them, or whatever time step I usually use, all those are edited by me and they're quick on the fly edits. You give me something and let me work on it for like 3 weeks, I'll give you something like you've seen that like any other videos or anything else. I'm dead serious. I've done it a million times. When I shot videos for people, I used to tell them, anybody will tell you this, give me like 2 weeks, I'll give you the best product. You know what I'm saying? And they knew that with me after a minute. And before, it was like, damn, 2 weeks? I was like, yeah, give me 2 weeks with it. That way I can make it look like something. You know what I'm saying? I can, do what I do. But when somebody edits something, from what I learned of HTML5 programming and using Cork and InDesign and all those things at college, what you quickly learn is it wasn't even, that was back in 2011, I think. I think within 2 years, you started getting apps, okay? All about apps wasn't out there prior to that, but you started seeing a succession from using a traditional laptop and hugging around this big, external drive and everything like that people were adapting now to using tablets. So with tablets came apps. And so now that you got all this AI whistling stuff and all that crap out of there, whatever, kind of knocks out the line. You kind of get to, in most cases, get them to do it for you. Even though YouTube has a policy against that. They'll ask you, has your project been affected by AI? You better not lie, because if you do lie, they're going to take your whole goddamn channel down. I'm trying to tell you. What would you be without me, bro? Han Solo. Yo, what kind of nigga got a problem like that, dude? That's crazy, right? Y'all ever notice how many mentally ill people there are involved in this whole Diddy thing? Like, anytime they see Diddy on the screen, it don't matter if it's positive or negative. All the mental illness comes out of a motherfucker. Y'all ain't notice that? Well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. This yesterday, I showed y'all literally a page that had been made of motherfucker pretending they were me. And still, y'all say, this nigga wrote in here, you remember the baby oil. You sound like a gay man. That's what that sounds like. If you a nigga in here and it's almost May, and you still talking September talk, you a nigga that live in the past, for 1. 2, you a nigga that ain't never elevated. 3, you ain't got nothing else to talk about. 4, you a loser. 5, you sitting here watching me right now. What's your point? If you here watching me, I'm of some importance to you. Yeah, I hear you, man. That's enough. Okay. Nah, we ain't doing that with you. You've been here for 4 years and no subscribers. Are you a professional? You a professional troll. I got you. 4 years and no subscribers. It goes by the screen name Han Solo. But you see how crazy these people are? That's them. It's one particular vlogger. I've limited it down to 2 bloggers that made up the fake page about me, because there's one vlogger, he don't do shit like that. Like I won't say he ain't a conniving nigga when he need to be, but he don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Talk me on that. He don't move like that. I know what he'll do. You know what I'm saying? He do it differently, but he don't move like that. But what gave it away? Well, I was gonna say what gave it away. Just know I know it's two of you. And since you did that, okay, okay. Anyway, mental illness. You know how fucking mentally ill you have to be to meticulously, first of all, take somebody's video, freeze frame it to a certain point. After you freeze frame it, take the picture however you want to, add a filter to it that makes it look distorted, so it makes you look crazy. I don't care, nigga. You see me right here on camera. I'm a pretty motherfucker. Everybody tell me I look like DMX, ASAP Rocky. I ain't never had nobody tell me I look like somebody ugly. That's what I'm saying. So whatever. But long story short, right? It'd be crazy because somebody created a whole page, like literally a whole page. Nigga has got followers and everything, put 24 videos up, 16 subscribers. That means there's 16 niggas along with them that don't like me. You know what I mean? And those 16 people, they out there, they talking to 16 people they know, and they tell me, yo, this page said don't like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And don't donate to him because he think he better than everybody. All this shit. Like, this is real talk. This is like the strategies that Black Americans play on each other. I was just talking about this shit last night. What you thought I was gonna hold up on it? Nah, we're gonna keep talking about that shit. I saw the same shit play out today when I saw old Alicia Smells and she was live over there. I'm like, yo, you serious? Jalen, what's going on? I was like, are you serious, bitch? And the bitch was giving all the wrong information. She actually made herself look silly on the CNN footage. I said this last night and I'll say it again. Anybody knows that any major hotel, like the one that the incident happened with Puff and Cassie, they always, even back in that time, and I think it was just 2016 this happened, so especially around that time, it probably had been in use from there from 20 years prior to that. They hire these security companies that come in. They do all the detail for security. Like the hotel don't have no responsibility over the detail that the security is doing. The security is hired um, privately by the company and it contractually. So even if say like a what's the name came, a employee came and they said, hey, we need to play back the footage or whatever, they would have to actually get prior consentment from whoever heads that security firm. You know what I'm saying? To do such. And like I said, I know this stuff. I know about guard cards and all that. My boy Roland, he used to work out of fucking Navy base. You understand what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about. I have another friend which everybody knows him, Glenn. Glenn is he's equipped, I think, a long scope, handgun, and some other caliber of weapon. But this motherfucker, he works at the nuclear power plant. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. You know what I mean? No, we don't talk like that over here, bro. We don't talk like that over here. You go on somewhere with that shit. Like I said, another mentally ill black man. And there's a lot of them. I'm gonna start having some conversations about that too, because there be some weird shit going on with some of these black dudes. But let me continue about the CNN shit. So these security companies, they come in, they work for the hotels or whatever, and they have their own databases that are filled, which usually run anywhere between intervals. I said before something different. I said it's 12 or 24 hours, was actually 8 hours with some of them, and then 12 hours, then 24 hours, and then 48 hours. So they actually have, additional ways you can get it. And so anyway, long story short, this would be the overlay of the footage that will be in coherence, excuse me, in commission of whatever happened with Puff and them or whatever, meaning that there's more footage than just that moment that happened with Puff that you guys see on CNN. That's obvious because in a 24-hour day, you're trying to tell me that them cameras didn't record nothing but that moment and there's nothing prior to that moment. So what about the prior to the people that came on the same floor? What about their rooms they went to? You get what I'm saying? Like, how come you don't see none of that? And so the argument that Lisa Smells try to provide, you're trying to tell me it's going to be different. You don't know that. And then what surprised them today was Puff claimed he got the other tape. Puff claimed he got the other tape. You understand what I'm saying? Look, your homeboy just came in here and said the same thing, bro. Come on, son. Go on with that silly shit, man. Yo, Pork Chop. I don't know what's wrong with you, bro. But you trying to act like you slick and by fooling people and shit like that. You ain't that goofy bitch over there. You gonna get her fucked up, nigga. You ain't here, but she is. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna get her fucked up. So my best suggestion to you, stay the fuck out of my chat room, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you keep acting like I don't know nobody in California, man. I'm gonna have somebody take you out for some coffee, my nigga. You and your uncle. Feel me? Y'all gonna go get some coffee and some bagels. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying? You're kind of fucked down with that. I know it's you, nigga. Or somebody affiliated with you, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I know you pussy. I'm not a girl, my dude. I'm not a girl. You understand what I'm saying? You be playing when they now hold up, y'all. There's this particular vlogger, he be on here, and I don't know if the nigga's part of LBGTQ or whatever he is. I don't care. I don't judge people based on that. I judge people by who they are. But I'm gonna tell you something, you little fat, porky motherfucker. I know you had something to do with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And like I told you before, I'm gonna see you. Because I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I'm gonna see you for coffee and donuts. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see you and get you some coffee and donuts, get you real gordito, you know what I'm saying? For the, you know what I mean? For the house. Now check this out. There's a particular vlogger to be out here. I'm not gonna say this pussy ass nigga's name, but the nigga plays a lot of games. Like, he'll sit in people's chat rooms, play dumb, have fake accounts. Like, you saw one person that made an account 2 weeks ago, and he got like 3 or 4 bitches that follow behind him. You understand what I'm saying? But this nigga's not a bitch, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? A little bald head, portly little man that wears glasses and stay in their uncle's basement. And nigga, I'm keep trying to tell you, if you got to be the example, then you gonna be the example. But you gonna be all the way example when we go get coffee and donuts, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell you, man, I like to slice my donuts in pieces. So when I consume them, it's good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you get a better taste of the fucking donut when you slice it into slow little pieces or whatever. With a nice shearing paring knife, so the donut is cut right through the middle. That's how you want to consume your donut. You understand what I'm saying? So listen here, donut. Go play with some fucking body else. You understand what I'm saying? For we have coffee and donuts. That's all I'm saying. Bitch ass nigga, mentally ill ass nigga. That nigga is sick, bro. Trust me when I tell you this. Listen, I go to people's lives. Let me tell you what I mean by that real quick. I go to people's lives all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Captain Kangaroo. Not on a personal level, but not so much a personal level, but I don't like Captain Kangaroo Atwood on a service that he delivers. Let's put it that way. And I don't say nothing too much to this motherfucker. I don't make whole podcasts just like, going off on a nigga. This will be going off on a nigga or whatever. Because at the end of the day, he a man just like I am. You understand what I'm saying? I don't go off on him or little bubble gum just to be going off on him. I go off on when they say some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You notice I don't say shit about them when they over there talking about Shamaric witches and fucking UFOs and the Kissenberg records and shit. Like, I don't be over there with that. You know what I mean? Nor do I ever interrupt their podcast. I don't go in there looking to start a fight with them, or I know where to find Jag on a daily basis. I don't go over there to fuck with her. I know where to find Maggie. I don't go over there and fuck with her in her chat room. I don't anticipate and let nobody go over there from my channel fucking with her. You understand what I'm saying? If you fuck with me. But the point is, you got certain suck ass niggas, like I keep trying to tell you, that be on here vlogging, and these people are complete nobodies. And what their method is they try to convince these audiences that they're somebodies. Start checking them motherfuckers' resumes, and you'll find something totally different. What you'll find is you'll find a whole, and I'm not talking about their personal life. We all got flaws. So that's another thing I hate too. You can't be out here and be a motherfucker that's producing this and talking about you exposing this or whatever. And meanwhile, you got your 14-year-old son sitting in the living room on house arrest. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be out here exposing that somebody is a terrible mother or something like that or whatever. But when somebody passed away in your family, you needed to GoFundMe to bury him. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of hypocrite shit be going on out here. So what happens is you get these hypocrite motherfuckers in the case of Diddy and Jay-Z. They ain't never had shit going on. And when nobody say it, so I'm going to say it. In comparison to me, when I was 20, going on 21, I was always working for multimillionaires. You can never take my experience away from me, ever. You understand what I'm saying? If I go somewhere and they say, print out your resume, it's going to include Interscope Records, Atlantic Records, BMG, MTV, Hot 97, and at one point, motherfucking Violator Records. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother story. But shout out to, Jesus Christ, what sons? I ain't said his name is so fucking long. It's gonna come right to my because his name is Rob Love. Shout out to Rob Love. You know what I mean? So like, trust me when I tell you this. Like, a lot of these vloggers, they be pretending like they got the scoop, shit like that or whatever. But if you just watch their actions, you'll start questioning yourself if you're really smart and be like, am I really on the right side? Now, I'm not trying to tell y'all switch and pivot y'all support to Puff or Jay-Z in particular, but I'm just saying make sure you pay attention because the same woman that was vlogging today, she couldn't avoid one point when the judge said, I'm going to allow that and that was one point where and I want to say it the right way he said it with Judge Submarinian said he said, are you trying to pull one over on me? And when it came to the surfacing of the tape or whatever, and Puff is now claiming and the team are claiming they have obtained they have been obtaining the previous unedited form of it. And I have to say this to somebody that edits every day. Yeah, I asked the same question. I was like, where the timestamp at, or where this at, or why this start at this point? And I give you a perfect example, especially if you're white saying this and you said these words before. Well, or any other ethnicity outside being an African American, you said these words before. Well, we're only seeing 10 minutes worth of footage. Or we're only seeing 3 minutes worth of footage. Y'all ain't never heard that shit before? Oh, we're only seeing 3 minutes worth of footage. Where's the rest of the footage so we can see what exactly happened? You'll see people in the comment section when it comes to a nigga getting shot or something like that. We only see 30 seconds of video. So how do we know what has happened? You know, that's the excuse they'll use. I live in Connecticut. You can't tell me no motherfucking different. Fuck what you talking about. I'm being honest here. You understand what I'm saying? Well, we can't tell what happened in the video because we only have a minute and 10 seconds. You'll have police investigators that'll say this shit. Yet and still, black motherfuckers on here. The Uncle Junebug just got out of jail 3 months ago. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all go visit him at the halfway house sitting up on here. That nigga must go to jail. He got to go down. Mind you, these are the same people that got a motherfucking nephew or aunt, or excuse me, uncle, or somebody just got out the pen, somebody that's on probation or whatever. Ask a motherfucker. This is an interesting question to ask you next time you hear a motherfucker saying this. And like I said, I'm not asking you to. Matter of fact, stay over there where you at with them. Only thing I'm asking you is to be smart. Next time you go to somebody's podcast and they're bashing Puff, right? Ask them this. Have you ever been to jail, or do you have anybody currently in your family that just got out of jail, or do you have anybody in your family that's on an ankle bracelet or probation right now? Ask him that. Just ask him. There's all these morally clear motherfuckers out here, right? Ask them that. And I guarantee you go find out the truth about a motherfucker. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just sharing this. Make sure we get some worthwhile people. And Davin, can't Diddy take legal action over that video? Now, what we're trying to figure out is the judge has got to give his ruling on that, and I don't know what the particular ruling is going to be on that. So now, as this one, because they haven't submitted, they have to submit I forgot what it is, but they have to submit something to the judge for the judge to actually do it. It's like it's a procedure. They all have to do these procedures. You know what I mean? And so, I think it's going to be, and I want to say this right, the 16th. No, it's not going to be 16th. Maybe next week, or maybe it's today. Well, I don't know. It might be too late today. Today is Friday. Maybe Monday they'll submit it. But their intentions are the defense is to submit this and whatever this order that's needed or whatever to then find out it, because the judge is asking them, the prosecution, which tape do you want to, what's the name? So that's an admittance that there is more than one tape. Where before we previously believed that there was only one tape with the Cassie and Diddy, little scuffle or whatever. Now we're finding out. And based on if you would have listened to Alicia Smells the other night, that's why I try to tell y'all, go back and watch her old videos and then go back and find. This is what you need to do with every vlogger, okay? This is for the subscribers, okay? All dumb shit aside. If you got your favorite vlogger you're listening to, you've been donating to, you've been highly supporting, you've been highly promoting, or whatever, you need to give them motherfuckers a skew check, all right? Before you continue your financial support of them. What do I mean? Go back to their old videos, because a lot of y'all motherfuckers get past one video and never go back to the old shit. And a lot of times you forget one day after another, you're just jiggling and juggling stories and everything. Go back and watch some Alicia Smells old videos and things that she said, and tell me how many things that she said actually equated and happened that way. And then go back and watch, I'm going to say go back a month. You can just go back a month on each channel. Okay, this is my challenge. Just go back a month on each channel, all right? Month and a half maybe might be needed. Let's say 2 months. Let's say 2 months just to be safe. Go back 2 months on each channel and listen to the shit I say is going down and listen to the shit she says is going down. And what you automatically gonna find on Lisa Smells page is she is highly inconsistent with everything she said. For example, when the thing went down with Jay-Z and the little chick, right? What are the words she kept muttering? Guys, this is bad. She says the same catchwords all the time. Like I tried to tell y'all this about Umar Johnson. I learned this in marketing. Okay, so if you want something to cement in somebody's head, you say it in pairs of three. You understand what I'm saying? Pairs of three. Like for example, you'll say you go into a modeling agency or something like that or whatever. She's just beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. She's beautiful. You see what I'm saying? And so you say that 3 times. Or this is miraculous. This is wonderful. This is amazing. That's the other word they use too. Amazing. Amazing is also, believe it or not, a word for a witch. You understand what I'm saying? It's used a lot in the quadrant sector, if you want to say. You know what I mean? But trust me when I tell you that. Yeah, don't you find that suspicious? Don't you find that suspicious? Don't you find that suspicious? I encourage you. Go Google that right now. I learned this in college. Go right now to Google and just enter in what would you put in? Put in rule of saying things in threes. Rule of saying things in threes. Put that there's a form of witchcraft too. You understand? But pairs of saying things in threes. And that's what it is. It's an enchantress curse. And it allows you to, on that trice. Got a Celtic in here. Y'all motherfuckers that be don't know. Like I heard this other dude the other day. He was like, "Yeah, I'm Irish." I'm like, motherfucker, I was actually around some real Celtic motherfuckers and shit would have went down. Listen, if them niggas wanted to get me, they would have got me right down in Jersey. I told the story 4 or 5 times over here. I was down there, I was partying with my friends. We was at one of the clubs down there in Jersey City and one of the casinos, just hanging out, whatever. We ain't gamble. We just going down there to hang out. There's clubs, things out there anywhere. You live up this area, you know what I'm talking about. So we down there, we in one of the clubs. It's like 12 o'clock at night. I'm sitting there, I'm drunk than a motherfucker. My homie drunk than a motherfucker. The homegirls, we were drunk as hell. So I do what I do all the time because I don't drink. I start walking around talking to people. Like, who the fuck's in here? You know what I mean? Like, where are we at? So I end up going to the bar and I'm ordering a drink and I wait for a drink. And this dude, he orders his drink, but he's got like a strong Irish accent. And I say to him, I look, I was like, where the fuck are you from? That's and it didn't sound like the normal Irish that I'm used to hearing. This sounded like some extra Irish shit. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him or whatever. His boy walks over and they start speaking some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I asked, I said, what was that you were speaking? He says, Gaelic. Why? You had a problem with the Irish? I said, I ain't got no fucking problem with the Irish. Kind of fuck down. That's why I swear to God I said this to him. I ain't got no fucking, I got Irish people that are friends of mine. What the fuck are you talking about? He says, oh, all right. So he sits down, I'll order my drink or whatever. As the chick is giving me my drink, he hands her his card. Give us 2 more. 1 more for him. I said, the fuck? All of a sudden I look around, it's like 7 other Gaelic motherfuckers surrounding me. They thinking this nigga in trouble, and they got 2 girls with them who also speak that Gaelic shit. So they all start speaking the same shit amongst each other, and I'm like, oh, fuck. We're like, what's going down? My peoples is over on the other end, but mind you, they see some fighting going on. They come, they be like, nigga, hold on. I got a chair. I just got to get through these 50 people. Get the fuck out the way. It's my man's over here. They just scream. Bitches is screaming and shit. Get the fuck out of the way. Anyway, that ain't what went down. That ain't what went down. I started kicking it with these motherfuckers. I'm not talking about for like 10, 15 minutes. I was sitting in the same chair, same spot, kicking it with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool as shit. I honestly and truthfully would go down one. They even taught me how to say a couple words in that shit. This motherfucker bought me like, and I'm saying no minimum, and he bought me 2 shots. He bought me no less than 4 mixed drinks. Because when I walked out there, I had to sit outside for like 20 minutes because they got these little shuttle buses to be out there you could catch to go back to like your hotel and shit. You got to pay them though. But so I was like, I finally got on one of them motherfuckers. We got back. I was like, yo, whatever happened, I don't know. But that was the coolest experience. I never got their phone number. I ain't asked to link back up with them or nothing like that. It was just like, sometimes you just meet people like that or whatever. So when people be on here, I'm like, bro, he remember because he was with me. because he finally came looking for me. And people know I don't drink. So when I do drink, I get fucked up. So one of three things is gonna happen. Either I'm gonna pass out somewhere, or either two, I'm gonna end up like fucking walking off. Like that's the thing I do all the time. I just walk the fuck off. Like one time I walked off, got on the subway, fell out on the subway or whatever, and niggas was like, he couldn't have went to no other train but this one. Niggas hopped on the train, went from cart to cart until they found me. I'm telling you, niggas be loving me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They went from cart to cart till they found me. And they found me. And I was knocked the fuck out. Nigga could have got me. I ain't gonna lie. And then the third thing I do is I'll just wherever the fuck I'm sitting at, I will pass the fuck out. Like for real. I will pass. I'm not a drinker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not. I don't feel real with it. I really like I can get buzzed every now and then, whatever, whatever, but I'm talking about drunk, where you like, "Yeah," you know what I'm saying? Like I get like that sometimes. But somebody wrote in here, Stringer Bell grandson. Yeah, Stringer Bell and Navon, baby. You heard? Anyway, listen. Long story short, I need y'all to do me a favor. We got over 120 something people in here. I need y'all to double tap that screen and hit the like button. We're gonna keep on talking about what we're talking about right now. Sometimes I go on a little segue or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Talk about something else because I like to keep it entertaining. I don't want to do and also when Puff with the court today, you know, all that shit. I don't like doing shit like that. That shit boring. That shit boring. And I also don't like being the one, ooh, child, Puffy going down, girl. Ooh, lordy, lordy, lord. Don't worry about it, Jada. Don't worry if they don't want to hit the like button. I told you, there's a whole bunch of haters over here, bro. Trust me when I tell you that, fam. I know the real ones, Jalen, Javon, Sparkle, the old gal, Ahmad. Who else? Who else I want to say? I forgot what my other homegirl's name is. I ain't seen her in a minute. But some people be telling me they don't be getting my notifications sometimes too. But they don't want to hit the like button. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to sit in here and just hear what they hear, whatever, whatever. You don't. Just double tap the screen, y'all. What they have to do with that's the new method they do now. So see how I'm hitting the screen like that? Y'all just hit the screen. That's all y'all gotta do. Yeah, I don't know why they did that like that either. But only thing y'all have to do is just hit the screen twice, two times with your hand, real quick, and it'll like it. I forgot some people don't know that too. So yeah, that's the only thing you gotta do is double tap the screen. That's it. You know what I mean? They implied that with one of the updates just a little while ago. I don't know why they did that. They do a whole bunch. Yeah, they do a whole bunch of updates on dumb shit for whatever reason. Is that why y'all want to hit the like button? Yeah, that's where it is. Double tap the screen. Come on. It's more y'all in here than that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hit the likes button. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to fuck with me, but get me out the people that do mess with me. You heard? You know what I'm saying? That's all we want. Cause we're gonna get that one baller or ballette. See, let me tell you something. Amongst all these donators and all that, there's some ballers and ballettes in between it. It's even more profitable for me because I'm a guy's gonna be a ballette. But trust me when I tell y'all this out there. There's a group of females it just ain't came my way yet. You understand what I'm saying? And they see a nigga for who a nigga really is, and they gonna be like, yo, you know what, bro? I see what you really trying to do. Boom, hold that. You understand what I'm saying? Like niggas be acting like that's abnormal or whatever. But I'll give you an example. Yesterday I seen one of my homeboys, and this nigga, I'm gonna put it this way. This nigga look just like French Montana. All right. And everybody think he's something else and he's something else. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what I mean by that, I mean by ethnicity wise. So anyway, long story short, he reminded me of a period of what I type of people I come from. You know what I'm saying? And we was talking about one of our mutual friends, R.P. the Monster, that had passed away from Brooklyn, and how he passed away. And this nigga was a real one. Like he was with all that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he was definitely a rank above me in two, three different fashions. You know what I'm saying? But he was about that business, straight Brooklyn. And he had got his life together, had more than enough kids. I know like three of his kids and the baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? And he had got his life together, went to school and everything like that or whatever. And he was over at one of the baby mom's house and was partying and celebrating because he's about to start school on Monday. And he went into cardiac arrest and passed away, man. You know what I'm saying? And that shit broke my heart. It tore up a lot of our friends. I lost during the pandemic. I had to do the count. 8 people. And out of the 8 people, it was only 2 of them I didn't know like that. You know what I'm saying? But I knew them. I had been around them. I partied with them. That would be Andre Harrell, and the other one would be Fred the Godson. R.I.P. to Fred the Godson. You know what I'm saying? My ex-boss was responsible for not only managing Fred the Godson, but I like to refer to Fred the Godson as our friend. Fred was always nice to us. Fred was always team first, you know what I'm saying? Because he would be like, now look at us now. You know what I'm saying? I remember he said that to me one time when it was my man Chrome birthday. And that was also the same night I ran into Nori that night. Nori thought I was an artist already on. I was like, nah, I ain't on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nori. But yeah, man, R.I.P. to Fred the Godson. He was already in the hospital and he passed away in the hospital. I think it was real tragic how Fred passed away, man. He was Honduran and tú sabes, saludo la gente, and tú sabes la negrito. And he surely will be missed, man. That was a presence and an opportunity right there. Fred, I'm gonna take y'all over because Fred got a street named after him now. You heard? So I'm gonna be over there ask you heard. But yeah, man, that bothered me. That bothered me a lot. Cause we went shows. The last show I was with him and Jacquay, Ra, all of us, Chrome. Who else was out there? Chrome showed up. It was like 2, 3 other people. I think Live was there too. But anyway, I was second to last time. The last time I saw him was a wrap-up party for Love and Hip Hop. That's right. Because we was all in the pizza spot after the wrap-up party. And that's when I had to pull that nigga off the stage when Jacquay was performing. What's that nigga's name? Too Much Swag from over there with Queen's Flip. Yo, I yanked that nigga off the stage, son, on my mother, the Asian nigga. Y'all yoked that nigga off the side. He was surprised that I was so motherfucking strong, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people be surprised by that. Like, I'm stronger than I look. So I grabbed the nigga, like, yo, son, get the fuck off the stage. And nigga was like, everybody saw that shit. Niggas was fracking that. They was dying laughing that I did that shit. I do shit like that. Like, I don't fight with my friends. Like, if it's my friends, I'll go through thick and thin to make sure that we don't do that. Because the argument we could have today could be coincidental to 10 or 15 years from now, me giving you some blood or me giving you the keys to a new home or something like that or whatever, whatever, whatever. And you may miss out on that opportunity arguing with me in a moment about some dumb shit that 4 or 5 months from now, we're going to be like, what the fuck was we thinking about? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just not that easy. I come from a family like when you get your friends, you keep your friends. You understand what I'm saying? You don't be this, you know what I mean? So that's just me. And it's hard to come across people that know you are willing to put that interest in knowing you nowadays, sad enough as it is, you know? I don't know, but there's a way I'm going to block you. And I don't like what you had to say. You just said, is there a way to block seeing non-English YouTube lives? Way too many Indians on YouTube lives nowadays. Now, I just think that's especially with your last name, Swinney. Isn't that a East Indian name? Your name is Joel Swinney. That's an East Indian name. So what are you, Punjabi? That's a Punjab. That's why you said that. That's some racist shit to say. If y'all don't know, the Punjabis and the Indians, they don't like each other. You're Punjabi, aren't you? You say your name is Jawal. Jawal is a East Indian name. Speak up. You are not Irish. You are not Irish. You are not Irish. Swimming is not that's an East Indian name. Hey, Angel Gonzalez, would you rather get deported or stay in the country? Since you got jokes. He said, would you rather see a tree grow or a Negro? I said, well, yo soy la cubano la moreno. Ahí se, tú sabes, esta cabrón, la puñeta, presentado, puta, sucia, pero no angel. Esa no tuyo, tú sabes, puta. ¿Qué o qué no quiere? Ahora, blanco, en lo tuyo, tú eres no un blanquito, tú eres no americano, entonces sabes. ¿Ah? Ah, perdón. Ah, ay, diablo, perdón. Ahora, perdón, ¿qué? En vez de mi culo, la puta sucia. Wasn't expecting that, were you? Anyway. No, porque tú sabes, la gente latino, tú sabes, estos blancos latinos ahí, tú sabes, se han presentado, pero el americano, tú eres un americano, un blanco ahí, tú sabes, tú hueles, puñeta, puta, jíbaro. Hay jíbaro, pero en el barrio, tú sabes, muchos niños, tú sabes, la abuela, los tíos, toda la gente, la vida en una casa, tú sabes, tú eres un jíbaro. Yo soy el blanco. No, no es blanco. No es blanco. No es blanco. Yo soy americano ahí, tú sabes, no creo que sí. It's not hard to learn Spanish. I don't know why people think English and Spanish are so different. Okay, so say something to me in Spanish. Quick. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We giving this bitch 20 seconds, Mad Hatter. You got 20 seconds to write something in Spanish. Come on. Write anything in Spanish. Uno, you out of here, bitch. You out of here, bitch. I said, bitch, write a sentence in Spanish. You got 20 seconds. Time is ticking. You finished? Because I can write in Spanish too. So I'm just trying to figure out. Bye, 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 bye. Anybody else? Anybody else with the insults or trying to act like they motherfucking know it all? You notice this bitch, I ain't blocked this bitch. This bitch ain't wrote one sentence in Spanish. Esta puta sucia, jaca su boca. Next. Talking about some Spanglish. Nigga, there have been people in here I had full conversations with in my chat room before. Yeah, like the effort of hating to go into minorities hating on each other. Because if y'all notice something that if y'all did not did, number one. Nah, man, you too late, man. I don't talk to no nigga named Click. Anyway, long story short, right? First thing I saw was you notice that everybody that just had something to say, every last one of them was either a minority or a white man. You didn't notice that? And it was always a minority, aka Productions. It was always a minority or a white man. You ain't notice that? So the minorities, like the one kid that said what he said to me, his name was Angel Gonzalez. I said, nigga, how you sitting up here talking about would you rather see a tree grow or a Negro? And I said to him, well, would you rather see motherfucking deportations or motherfucking staying here? Then when I started speaking to him in Spanish or whatever, the nigga said, pardon, pardon. Nigga, you heard fucking, that's exactly what Spanish people do. They like when you say some real shit to them, nigga turn around and be like, pardon, pardon, papa. Yo soy la cubano, la mareno ahí, tú sabes, yo sabe 12, tú sabes, se presentado. Fuck out of here, nigga. I know what you're doing. That's like, esa la mujer. You know what I mean? Like, la reina. You know what I mean? La flamingo. And tú sabes, no creo. So I don't like niggas like that. Like you try to run around the front like you're a white man. You're not a white man. It's a lot of Latinos that do that shit. I was like, nigga, as soon as you take off your shirt and niggas see them brown, it don't matter how cheerful they smiling with you, my nigga. The number one trick to learn about white folks, when they go down, they go down. You don't believe me? They threw this nigga Trump back in there. Niggas is running from the hills right now trying to get away from motherfucking that deportation. New York City, the dynamic of New York City has changed. It almost turned into a ghost town. They didn't ran away the niggas that was selling shit on the street like the sodas and coffee and shit. Them niggas is running. You understand what I'm saying? Them niggas that went down to Jersey and Delaware and shit. I'm talking about South Jersey. You got to be a desperate motherfucker to go to South Jersey. I don't give a fuck what you say. Don't nobody go to South Jersey unless you from there. You got to be one desperate motherfucker. You go to South Jersey. You go to South Jersey. And there's some parts of South Jersey that ain't nothing but woods, dog. Like Puff Old House in Jersey was headed towards, what was that? T-Neck? I think it was a T-Neck over there by somewhere. When you get on that road right there from T-Neck or whatever, that shit ain't nothing but woods, man. I'm talking about real woods too, like evergreen forest tree woods, woods where you could get lost and shit. Weird woods where a motherfucking bear might attack you. What's other shit they be having? The mountain lions. We got mountain lions up here too, but you got to go further up to Hartford, not in this area. But like you go further out, where I was living in Connecticut, shit, we got wild turkeys, deers. They still have the raccoons here. So hold on one second. I got some dumb bitch talking about, can you say hi? Can you say hi? Another mentally ill bitch. Like it's a whole bunch of woods down there in South Jersey. Some niggas is running down there. They running other places. I'm like, ain't it's nowhere to run to, baby. It's nowhere to hide. You know what I'm saying? So for a nigga to come in here and say some racist shit, and you Latino nigga, you look stupid as fuck. You see what I'm saying? And then this be the same nigga that'll be, and that's why a lot of niggas, like the African American niggas, they ain't fucking with y'all on the subject. And I'm gonna tell you why, all right? Because I owe them this much, all right? I'm half black, half Latino. I know both sides very, very, very well. So for me, I can understand the argument of African Americans a lot more than you think I could. I just don't speak on it, but I'm gonna speak on it this one time. So there's a perplexity of light-skinned Latinos, or what you want to call, and la cotora and blanco, right? And so these niggas, en la mente en el blanco, en la corazón en blanco, en la sangre Latino. So anyway, these motherfuckers, they pretend like they try to, like, I don't know if you want to say blend themselves in with white culture and it's basically about brown nosing, smiling a lot, acting out of your regular personality, shit like that. For most people would consider that this is a deceptive person. You understand what I'm saying? This person is trying to present to me that they're one way and they're actually a totally different way. Now, I'm not saying all of us don't have our public personas, because we do, but it's one thing to have a perfect persona that you are a very nice person, and what exudes from you is something totally different than that. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is I don't know you. I don't know you. You sound corny. Anyway, the problem is you have a lot of people that are on online now, and they're kind of perturbed by the fact of what everything that Trump is doing, right? Deporting, and a lot of people protest and advocate and whatever. I'm 50-50 on it. I'm like, if because the process, I know my pops came through and everything like that is different. This ain't the same immigrant that you had 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, coming to America. It's a different type of immigrant. And this immigrant is highly racist. A lot of them practice racism in their own countries. I many times speak of Trevejo in the Dominican Republic, who actually like initiated like a whole full-fledged genocide, almost like Hitler did in the Dominican Republic. And it was called his whitening of the Dominican Republic. And he was doing this based on the fact, mostly because the Germans that were escaping World War II were now coming to the Dominican Republic. It was crazy. Like, there's done that. Brazil attempted to do it before. There's a couple other places. So you get people that are from this country. Somebody said, "I'm in the UK and we need Trump here." Anyway, yeah, I'll talk about the UK in 2 seconds. I'll segue into the UK about that conversation in a minute, since y'all want to talk a little bit about that. But because I'm trying to say this nicely, we had people show up here that weren't the best of people. Some people that were very disrespectful in their country wouldn't be considered disrespectful. Very much prodding on us that we should accept their ways and acquiesce our ways to their ways, because that's how they feel. I don't know what type of reverse psychology shit that is, but I'm never going for that. And other Latinos are not going for that. Like, that's what y'all don't understand. Latinos that were already here from like the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Honduras, have been here for like 2, 3, 4 decades. A lot of them ain't feeling these niggas. If you go through Jersey newspapers, well, I ain't gonna say newspapers, go through Jersey, and Connecticut and New York news, and what you'll see so many Latinos complain about these same migrants. And I think the problem was, like, these niggas were beaten up. Like, I went on scene where they beat up the police officers. Where the other nigga was in the store shooting. He was 15. Um, I was gonna cover the story, but I didn't want to do it. Where they caught the dude that was actually from Colorado. That y'all seen that video in Colorado when they kicking in that door and all that shit or whatever, whatever. And it's a dude with the shotgun. They part of that Venezuelan gang or whatever. They actually caught that nigga 6, 7 blocks over from where I be at on my mama. Like 6 or 7, I ain't gonna say where, but like 6 or 7 blocks from over there, they caught that nigga. And we just happened to be walking to the store and caught the tail end of it. I was like, oh shit. It was like, yeah, you know the nigga, da, da, da. And then one of the homies outside, I said, yeah, that's the video. And I wanted to go live, but I was like, nah, it's too many niggas out here. Niggas gonna be thinking funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you be going live all the time? Like that, you know what I mean? I ain't want to do it there. But yeah, they caught the kid that did it. This nigga, in the way they caught him, he tried to purchase a grenade from an undercover cop. You understand what I'm saying? It was crazy. Hi, I'm Sharon. Whereabouts are you? I'm in Huddersfield. No, I ain't in England. I'm in the New England states, though. I think that's why y'all be coming out there. Because somebody else said that. It was like somebody said something else. You a grown man. Okay, so let me see something real quick, because we got another one on here. They love to come on here and do that. Now, y'all ain't heard me say shit about a Cash App, right? This motherfucker been on here for 7 years and got 5 subscribers. So I want to point out, y'all might have to scroll up a little bit. This motherfucker named M Bads. Now, in the past 30 minutes I've been talking, y'all ain't heard me saying shit about Cash Apps, right? But you notice that this motherfucker right here, he wrote, "You a grown man begging for money." Let me explain something to you. First of all, I already know you a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas never encourage other men of color. Niggas only discourage other men of color. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, motherfucker, why don't you just go get your hood? You understand what I'm saying? Right goddamn now. Now let me explain something about bitch niggas like you. You'll never win listening to bitch ass niggas like this, people. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the same type of motherfucker that told me before I got into the music industry. See, I met niggas like this before. That's why I talked to him the way I talked to him. Before I got in the music industry, I had like at least 15 people to say that shit ain't gonna never happen. I did that shit within 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. You know why? Because I know how to hustle. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm doing the same thing again. You understand what I'm saying? And if you follow my moves, don't you notice I be everywhere? So for a nigga that been on here for 7 years to tell me that because of my gender, I shouldn't have a Cash App. I shouldn't monetize my page. I shouldn't have products for sale because under his metrics in life, mind you, I don't know if this motherfucker grew up with a single mom, ain't never had no men around him, had a whole bunch of sisters around him or whatever, whatever. This might actually be a bitch. These bitches want you to encourage them while they discourage you. These motherfuckers want you to live on a definition and a set of rules that they provide. Meanwhile, the world goes with a different drift. So, sir, ma'am, whatever the fuck your hidden ass is, I don't pay attention when it comes to niggas and their motherfucking opinions on metrics of life. You know why? Because niggas are not how the world runs, you silly, grown man, probably living up under your girl. Because that niggas that write shit like that, that's usually what it is. They feel sorry about themselves inside, so they got to go on and put some other shit out there. So if you get your shit off, homie, by making fake profiles and coming into my chat every day trying to encourage people not to donate to me, hey man, you a hell of a person of color, man. We should applaud you. You are definitely uplifting the race by trying to keep everybody in poverty. Yeah, shout out to you. Y'all be praising these fucking dumb fucking niggers. That's a nigger. You understand what I'm saying? That's a nigger. You understand? There's another one right there. Who ordered the Lappuccino? The blah 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 blah. This is a grown ass motherfucking man, and this is a black man. It's always the black men that come in here saying that shit. This motherfucker been on here for 11 years and got 47 subscribers. You've been doing that same grift for years, have you? Just going to people's chat rooms, talking shit, acting like you better than everybody. And you've been on here 11 years, got 49 subscribers. You're a fucking loser. How do you feel about yourself? Like, how do you hop on here and have the audacity to jump into somebody's motherfucking chat room when you've been on here for 11 fucking years? Nigga, go in the bathroom and do the Lord's work and get out of all of our ways. I don't know who these niggas be thinking they are. Like, that is crazy to me. Listen, I got niggas in my chat room telling people don't donate, try to shame me out of the ass for donations. Meanwhile, they could go purchase something, but they can't afford what I got for sale. Everything that I got for sale started a price point of $170. So they can't afford that. So instead, they come in here. Why you asking for a donation? These are niggas that don't want you to make money. That shit is weird. Even when you're praising them and you trying to uplift them, these niggas is like, nah, nah, nah. I'm trying to tell you, these niggas is fucking destructive, dog. They destructive. They destructive. That's why when you hear me say shit on here, I be like, yo, when the fuck can you take a screenshot of me somewhere saying don't donate to somebody in somebody's chat room or something like that? That's crazy. When you go at somebody that much, son, on a day-to-day basis, or you making up fake pages that got 20 plus, 30 plus fucking videos on them with 16 subscribers. I just showed niggas on here the other day, last night, the niggas made a fake page and was pretending like they was me, added special effects to the pictures. They did this thing, where you drag a video and then you take a snapshot of it, then crop it. I was like, yo, that's crazy, son. Like, and a nigga was literally uploading new videos to this shit on almost like a everyday basis. You understand what I'm saying? But mind you, these are motherfuckers that are over 35 years old. They don't have nothing to offer the world. You might as well take these motherfuckers, put them on an island, and set the motherfucker on fire. And if anybody make it out, get them too. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want these people procreating. I'm trying to tell you, these are demons, dog. Demons. Like, imagine you set up a motherfucking account. Who the fuck? Let me ask you this: who the fuck on YouTube don't have a Cash App link? I'll stop there. Go ahead. Somebody write in my chat room right now. Who the fuck on YouTube don't have a Cash App link? Go ahead. I'm gonna take me a sip of my coffee. Tell me who the fuck don't have that you watch don't have a Cash App link, and I'll shut the fuck up. Nigga, you joined 6 months ago, got 70 subscribers. You a loser. Anyway. Now, ain't no real ones donating either, so they must be paying attention to them. Like, I've been sitting here with y'all an hour and a half. Let me see if anybody donated to me. Thank you, Karen, for that $15. Karen Spencer was the only person that donated to me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it is working. When you make a fake page about me and it's been sitting up there for months, and thank God that Javon, he looked out and let me know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? That it was what we talking about Cardi B, and go fuck yourself. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me, man. Appreciate it. That was you. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering why. Like, it's been 2 weeks. I was like, I ain't seen no donations, no nothing. Javon coming here yesterday. He was like, yo, how come I see another page of you? I said, another page of me? Ain't no other page of me. I only got one page. That's why I be telling niggas it's the truth. I only have one page. If I got something to say to you, I'm gonna say it to you. I don't want you to think it was Yo-Yo Bucks or some other fucking script. I want you to know it was me. That's the whole point. You understand? And so, because I don't know, that's how we are up here. I don't know. Like, I want you to know it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I want it to be personal like that. So I never do that to nobody's page. I don't never create no fake pages for people. I ain't got no troll accounts on my mama. I think that shit is pussy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you can't say nothing to me with your real account or whatever, let me tell you the only motherfucking, let me tell you the only, and this is why I know me and this bitch think alike. So y'all niggas be out here fucking with Jaguar, right? Jag and me both Tauruses. You understand what I'm saying? And like, if it come down to it, we are extremely violent people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell you this. So when me and Jag was arguing, it was always that little coattail of the shit because we know shit could get out of hand because we both from the Northeast area. This is a Jersey bitch. You got to shoot a tase Jersey bitches. They're not going to stop. Them bitches going to cut you up, shoot at you, throw a fucking a wrench at you. I seen a bitch throw a wrench at a nigga one night. I swear my hand for God. I don't even know where the fuck the wrench came from. I was there. That's why I don't hang in Jersey no more like that. Depending on where you at, get dangerous down. You down there in North, boy, some shit can happen. I'm trying to tell you. Orange, same thing. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I know where it could go to. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm looking at these other bitches, there's housewives and single moms and shit. And they talking way more shit than I'm talking. Like, me and this bitch, we was arguing, it was surface level shit. Like, it never got really that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I can say about her and my beef. My beef was surface level. But these other bitches, like, these bitches got personal with them. I was like, man, listen, y'all would have been able to y'all wouldn't have been able to identify them motherfuckers. That shit they did with you, you wouldn't have been able to identify them niggas for real. Where they can't find the body. He ain't got no fingers. We don't know who it is. One fingers, his teeth is gone. What the fuck happened? Use his eyelid. Maybe that'll help. I've heard that before. I don't know if it's true. What do I know, right? What the fuck do I know? I don't know about these things. Anyway. Watch who the fuck you arguing with. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not troll or complacent, my nigga. I like, I take people out for coffee and donuts and drinks. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Yeah, man, we wacky than a motherfucker. For real. Like niggas be thinking like, you ask anybody that know me, they were always surprised. Like, yo, what the fuck with this nigga? I remember one time we was in Atlanta, and we bought a spare. I guess that's what you would say. We was on a trip or whatever for work. I think it was a BET Hip Hop Awards. And I ain't beefing with the nigga now, but it's a true story. And you could ask anybody who was in that shit that day. We was at, downtown Atlanta over by where the Raven Stadium is, where you can see the Raven Stadium from there, where you coming down into Dunwoody and all that. So we was right there on that strip right there. This shit is all highway, but there's this little medium in the middle of this like land. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a good chunk of it too. And so I hopped out that I like me and homeboy, we was arguing about something. I was like, yo, son, we could get out the fucking car right now. We in traffic. We could do it. And niggas just like, yo, Pete, chill. Like I'm like that. I've always been like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a lot of it got to do at one time my size and shit like that or whatever. But as an adult, I try not to be like that no more because I know things can, end up in a way where, you know what I'm saying, I can end up doing 20 of life. You know what I'm saying? And if I gotta do 20 of life or whatever, it's gonna be a lot more people going out for coffee and drinks than you. You know what I'm saying? For real. Send it down the base with the rest of them. I'm playing. Anyway, what does Gene Dill act like? Band running his mouth. Damn men have changed and run their damn mouths. I don't know who that is. And like, if I was to answer that, then I'd be a bitch nigga running my mouth too, right? You know what I mean? So now I'm not gonna speak for Gene Dill. I don't know Gene Dill. You know what I'm saying? I know of Gene Dill. Gene Dill know me. But Gene Dill was there before we was there. Gene Dill is much older than us. I think Gene is in his 60s now. Just like the niggas we even Puffin them. Puffin them is older than us by years. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like how can I say it? It's like we were supposed to be the tier of niggas, and I think that's the argument that a lot of niggas got that they're not realizing they got. And I gotta say this about Puff. Yeah, that wouldn't apply to me. Yeah, he was there in the 90s. I was just finishing high school in the 90s. Like I said, I started at the company when I was 20 going on 21. If I give you any indication, you know what I'm saying? I think Gene is like 60 something now. So God bless his heart, big Midwest, you know what I mean? Ain't no smoke with him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody to try to touch him. I know that much. You gonna have the whole fucking Harlem on your back. You try to touch that nigga, me included. You understand? Because I heard a couple of niggas talking slick. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what he's saying. Leave that nigga alone. Unless it got to do that's family business. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like certain niggas, they don't want to keep them traditions, but like in Harlem, and Brooklyn tend to keep them traditions like that. And that's what I always respect out of Harlem and Brooklyn. Queens kind of try to, but not like Harlem and Brooklyn do. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no comparing it to it. I just say this once. Yo, Gene, shut the fuck up for niggas try to hit you with something. You know what I'm saying? Like slow it down a little bit, but they try to hit you with something. You know what I'm saying? You seen what the scenes been happening. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't been coming up so far. I can clarify this for you. You ain't been coming up really because niggas still got love for you. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes when you do a little too much, they'll even drop that. You understand what I'm saying? So if I was you, I would just say, Gene, I'm saying this as a courtesy. And I know. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas think I don't know, and that's part of the magician trick. Nigga, I'm saying. But be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it PG-13 for about good 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. Just keep it PG-13. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would tell you. So you don't trace in my algorithm. You understand what I mean? Sometimes you gotta step back. You remember that, right? Like you want to hit the nigga right there. I want to hit him on Tuesday. Well, the couch out in front. All right, fucking move it to Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Even remember Rothstein and what was that there? Goodfellas. Remember what he said? He said, "Don't worry about tonight. Don't worry about tonight. Forget about tonight." Get me? All right. I like AKA proportions. I like how you talk. Sound like DMX. Yeah, I get that shit all the time. Ain't nothing. It's just the tri-state. Exactly what I'm saying. He's a sellout to the white man vlog. And see, and that's the thing though. You're gonna miss me with that one though, Patricia Lee, because I think there's a person. I would say that, and I'm not dismissing what you're saying either. All right, so don't take it that way. I would say there's more of a problem with other entities. like the popcorn planet nigga. I call him popcorn Barney Rubble planet nigga. I don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Who's the other nigga? But I can tolerate him more than I can tolerate the other one. And I like to call him Captain Kangaroo Atwood, 1 and 2. Captain Kangaroo 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Now these are two. One entity is in the Midwest, some fucking west, so he ain't even near the tri-state. The other nigga is in England, and then his man's is in New Zealand or some shit like that. And these niggas sitting around talking like they just be out every night in New York City. They was out in New York back then. The one nigga that was in the United States, this nigga was here, but you was in Arizona. And then I took a New Yorker, like this is one man to sit on it with. I got so much respect for that man because he remind me of old school New York. You don't meet guys like him too much no more. His name is Lionel. He's an ex-prosecutor in New York, so he be on the show with him all the time. And he be on there and he be like, you know what I'm saying? He be like up there like really correcting this nigga on a whole bunch of shit he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about right here. That's how this runs. And he corrects him. And not on everything, you know what I'm saying? Some things I see what he talks about, and I say, okay, he's got a problem cause. But for a moment there, he was running this thing where he was just like, he kept on, I don't do emails, I don't correspond with people, especially people that don't donate to me or don't support me. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, I don't do that. I don't do interviews with people. I don't do panels with people. I don't, especially now in these moments. I don't do none of that because one of y'all niggas, like, I already know somebody interview me. First thing they're gonna do is they're gonna start asking about Puff. And I don't want to have anything to jeopardize anything that our company head might have in front of him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, niggas, y'all can say whatever fuck you want to. I'm worried about Christian. I'm worried about the girls. I'm worried about, I'm worried about them, Justin, all of them, because potentially they might not have their father. You understand what I'm saying? And so, that's one thing to mention, and nobody brings that up. Even some people try to demonize the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like one particular, what made me stop liking one particular bitch, Leisha Smells, is when she was on there making fun of a 5-year-old little girl, which is Puff's daughter. I don't even think she's 5. I think she's 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say her name here, but the little one. And I was like, that's a 3-year-old kid. What you think they're gonna say? And I said, this is an evil bitch. Now, if a bitch will make fun of another kid, what you think that bitch gonna do with your kid? Better pay attention to that, fellas. You ain't got no kids. Pay attention. If you become a stepdaddy, especially, pay attention to how that bitch treat her kids. It'll give you a clear indication of what you up for if you fuck around and have a baby by that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? That's on Harlem. That's on every borough. That's on the tri-state. That's on an international level. Watch the bitches that you knock up. You understand what I'm saying? Because not only you part of that bitch now and her child rearing and she leave you, but now you part of her raggedy ass fucking family too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all niggas be out here fucking these cute bitches. The whole goddamn family butt ass fucking poor. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what we're gonna do at the funeral now. We hoping everybody will chip in. You know what I'm saying? Nisa, she about to have a baby shower. We hoping everybody will tip in. Hell yeah. Trust me on that. And if you have a baby and it's out of wedlock or whatever with the right woman, it could be a beautiful experience. You understand what I'm saying? I think that's what's gonna happen to me. I think God gonna send this is what's gonna happen to me. It happened with me and my ex. God doesn't stay every little way. He lets a little bit time pass. He'll send me a couple of filler bitches. That's what I like to call them, fill-in bitches. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, don't take that the wrong way. That's the way I talk sometimes. I know the difference between some bitches and a lady. You understand what I'm saying? And I defined it many a times here, but people will give you one step, and that's usually the bitches, this man, because I'm separating them from the ladies. I want to be a lady too. You can't. You got OnlyFans account. You can't be one of the ladies. She works as a doctorate. Anyway, long story short here, it always happens like that with me. God will send me, a couple fill-in bitches. And then all of a sudden, it'll be some weird shit. Like, I'm in my ex and my friend's art gallery. You understand what I'm saying? From Brooklyn. That's where I met my ex at. And she was dressed as Fiona from Shrek. It was doing Halloween. And she had been in there the whole entire night. I hadn't said nothing to her, but I looked at her like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, I like that Fiona. Because she had did the Fiona shit real good. And so she came outside. I smoked cigarettes. She smoked cigarettes. And so I gave her a light. And we just started talking from there. A year after that, we was together for the next 7 fucking years. So that's how God always send women to me. I always meet them like weird places and shit. It never be like, hey, how you doing? My name's, it never happens like that with me. Them chicks, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? We end up fucking. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean? I had a chick tell me, she said, I can't stay with you. I said, why? She said, cause the way you have sex it's nah. I was like, what the fuck? She's like, nah. The bitch literally stopped hanging up. I swear to God to it. I know you watching me too, you crazy ass Dominican bitch. That bitch told me she couldn't see me no more. Oh my mama. This bitch told me she couldn't see me no more because I fucked her too good. I said, what the fuck that mean? That ain't weird shit. So I knew that wasn't meant for me. You understand what I'm saying? That's just, filler. Shit. It is what it is. Seat fillers. That's all it is. Just you know what I'm talking about. She don't ain't picking no bullshit. It's like she knew where I was at. I come around the corner and she be right there at the car rumbling, idling. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like the women that I believe that the women that you're meant to stay with, you meet them in the weirdest places. Like I met a chick at the library. You know what I'm saying? We still friends to this day. We used to get it in or whatever. She went on, she got kids now, shit like that or whatever. So if I see her in passing, I'm always respectful. You know what I'm saying? I've never let her man know that, yeah, I used to be fucking your shorty, because that ain't really, do I place to do that? I don't know what she done told them, but when I see them, I always speak, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to be like, need to get personal about that. Like, listen, man, let's that bitch a virgin when you met her. That bitch was fucking somebody. And 9 times out of 10, if she got at least a viable of like 5 to 10 bodies, she was probably freaking it. And some of them nights was risky. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, ladies. After that third whiskey, like, oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. Come on, come in the bathroom. Let me just take these off. Let me put my leg up. Okay, right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what usually I don't do this. Hey, can you drop me off? Okay, nothing's gonna happen when I get up here, when you get up here, right? You start motherfucking kissing on that bitch. You know what? This, take your jacket off. Am I lying? Am I lying here? You know what I'm talking about? Or you be sitting in the front of the car, you know what I'm saying? Shorty's been on like a 5th or 6th motherfucking vodka. It's like now 3 o'clock in the morning. This is New York City. It's summertime. She look at you look at her. She's like, well, you know what? I think I do want to give you some head. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. What are you saying? Give her a beer, a shot. Okay, here goes somebody with this straight. Okay, hold on 1 second, y'all. So we got one of these extremist, analytical motherfuckers in here for the Biden era. This is how we're going to start referring to these motherfuckers. When they say shit like this, we got one of these advocates from the prior, pre-existing Biden era. So this is what he says right here. This is from the victim motherfuckers. What are you saying? Give her a beer, a shot, and a Vicodin and panties? Did anybody hear me say anything about them Vicodin? Now, I'm going to tell you this much, motherfucker. If you ever in your entire fucking life add some shit in that I didn't say, and see, this is why I talk about these manipulative motherfuckers. First of all, I ain't say nothing about no beer. I said whiskey, you cheap motherfucker. Second of all, I ain't say shit about no motherfucking pills or no motherfucking what's the names. What I said was, that bitch already at the bar drunk. On our own admission. Ladies in the chat room, how many of y'all have girls night and go out and get motherfucking drunk as fuck? Some of y'all bitches on your way to getting on out tonight. Where are you at, Keisha? I'm almost done, bitch. Hold up. I gotta put this motherfucking TCB. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I gotta sit under the dryer for 20 minutes to get this curl. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. You hoes going out tonight to get drunk right goddamn now. You understand what I'm saying? Right motherfucking now. Ain't a hoe on here gonna tell me it's motherfucking 60 degrees out right now. Ain't no bitch right now gonna tell me you ain't planning on going out tonight. And there might be some panty dropping going on. Huh? See, the only niggas that end up talking like that motherfucker was in here is either niggas that ain't getting no pussy or bitches that don't like dick. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna have this conversation with y'all and then I gotta get up out of here. There's a lot of bitches out here. And ladies, I want y'all to listen to me. These is bitches. These is not women. These is bitches. There's a lot, and y'all need to start. Y'all know what I'm talking about too, especially y'all older ladies. Y'all know that your grandma and all them. I had a black grandmother. You know, me mom and all them and pawpaw and all them. They'd be like, "Don't you bring that little fast ass bitch up in here," because they knew what that little bitch was doing. They didn't even know what the bitch was doing. We talking about them hoes. You understand what I'm saying? See, two of them hoes was just here. That's why they left, because they say, "Oh shit, they talking about us." Oh shit, he talking about us, Sandra. I'll meet you on the track at 7, girl. I gotta go home and shower. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole batch of these hoes out here that don't like men. They are misandrous and quasi lesbians. These bitches enjoy the company of themselves more than they enjoy the company of a man. A lot of things are coming to toll to assist in this. The change in tone in the music, sonically and otherwise, the emissions now in society. You can be whatever you want to, and everybody's beautiful. And I still stick by that shit. Everybody ain't beautiful. There's some ugly motherfuckers out here. If you an ugly motherfucker, you know exactly who I'm talking to. You. Now, anyway. Now, with that being said, these quasi-lesbian, misandrous, Neanderthal, Wonder Woman, and the planet of trolls ass bitches, they want this utopia of nothing but vajay going on. They want a vajay utopia, okay? A vajayjay utopia. And in this vajayjay utopia, girls run and ran around frantically, half-clad dressed, slapping each other's cheeks, kissing each other in the mouth at will on camera, or whatever. And they got a man as the filmographer, but he ain't gonna never get no cheeks. Every year, this utopian batch of quasi-lesbians gather together and they pick 4 men that they keep under isolation and feed them pure berries and grapes and barleys and oats for an entire year. These bitches all persist after that to use the same 4 men to procreate. And if a male child comes out, toss him and let him be done. These bitches be out here calling y'all niggas gay and all this shit, and y'all niggas that's mama's boys be joining on with these bitches. Yeah, he gay, that. Never once raising the fact that you don't see no niggas in motherfucking videos on YouTube and Instagram or whatever. Go to Instagram right now. I guarantee you by the time you swivel 1-3 times, and depending on what your algorithm is on Instagram, you're going to find at least 6 or 7 bitches halfway clad, dressed, and there's going to be another chick right beside them, at least 2 to 3 videos with her smacking another girl's ass, kissing another bitch in the mouth, grabbing the girl's titties, all that kind of shit or whatever, which is hedonist acts. You was answer to God one day for these what do you call them? Hideous acts. Hedonist acts. See, I can do that shit too if I wanted to. I don't talk like that though. Cougars is your thing. You might be better off with the older chicks. To be honest with you, you might be good with a old bitch named Cheryl. Some shit. You might be good with you going out here getting you a Margaret. Better go the hell out here and get you a Peaches, a Bertha. Shit, that's a bitch pull up on your birthday. She be like, hi. You know, her voice a little deeper. She be like, hey, what you doing, baby? You know that PlayStation you on it? Come on outside. She gets you in the car, you sit beside you, say, hey, go your PlayStation. Don't forget to call me later. You know I gotta see you. That's how the old bitch, you know I want to see you. Y'all better go out here and get y'all motherfucking Miss Sharon. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, where you going? Where you going, G? Oh, Miss Sharon about to come pick me up. Where y'all going? Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon, 68 years old. Oh, shit. Claire May. You see how they canceled the baby. Yeah, Miss Ruby. Oh, hell yeah. Listen, that's what I was getting ready to talk about earlier. Ruby, I don't know where the fuck you at, but come on back over here. Whatever. I got a subscriber named Ruby. She cool as a motherfucker too. Know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to say earlier. Because I only got like 10 people to donate to me, so it be what it is. Guys, make sure y'all hit the Cash App, $sign STRINGERBELL80. I appreciate it if y'all do social support to the channel. Social support to the channel. Also, make sure y'all double tap that like button or whatever. Damn, you lose 10 people for saying hit my Cash App. That's crazy, right? There be some hating ass black people in here. Big back bitches with an IUD. And for what reason? I be looking at some chicks when they be pregnant nowadays. Y'all, I don't know if y'all do this, fellas. You ever looked at a chick that was pregnant and just thought to yourself, now who in the fuck did that? Who the fuck did that? Or have you ever seen a homeless couple and the bitch pregnant? You like, look, y'all got a whole bunch of things to be doing, but fucking shouldn't be one of them. And I'm not making fun of nobody homeless, because trust me, I've been in this situation before. Trust me. But I'm just saying, if you homeless, fuck it and get somebody pregnant should be the last thing you doing. You understand what I'm saying? For real. Fuck it should be the last thing you should be doing. For real, for real. I never understood that. I've seen that a couple times in New York. Chick be they be pulling the whole cart. I done seen a whole crew of homeless folks. Let me tell you what the white homeless folks is doing. The white homeless folks is gathering together nowadays. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They getting inventive too. These niggas is building shelters and shit. For real. Like those Jerry Springer episodes when they get a big ass fish out there and then dude comes out and feeds and slaps some shit like that. That's what a lot of these YouTube shows are. Basically, they ain't nothing no more than some Jerry Springer episodes. You know what I'm saying? But what was I on the note of? Yeah, a lot of these girls out here, dog, they don't like men. You understand what I'm saying? You too, peace, God. A lot of these women out here, they don't like men. They don't like dealing with men. And specifically, I hate to say this like this, but black women, they don't like their men for various different reasons. So you guys have to be very careful of the women that you deal with, especially when it comes to black women nowadays. And that's why I say you might be better off getting an older woman, because the older woman will tell you at least what it is. I'm not, if you're talking about today's black woman that's under my age range, usually girls that I see be anywhere between 28 to 41, maybe at the most. I don't like dating chicks older than 41 because they tend to start getting mental problems and shit like that. Like all the shit that done bothered them for some reason or another after 41, that shit. He said, yep. Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's something about that year, 41. Right before these bitches is about to turn 42, they just like anything that was nutty in them starts coming out and it gets weird. And it's like you don't want to, I don't know, like me personally, I ain't want to have nothing to do with it. I was just like, yo, all right, bitch, you got it. You know what I'm saying? For real. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yeah, guys, make sure y'all hit up the Cash App. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Just double tap the screen 2 times like that. That's the new way and method of hitting the like button. If y'all didn't know, I don't, you know, it ain't even that. I mean, I was talking about Dawn from In Vogue yesterday, and this to throw her into the conversation. She's a perfect example of well, I don't know if she's a perfect example. Dawn is 58. I didn't know that Dawn was 58 years old. Y'all stupid. I didn't know that. And menopause can hit a bitch at 34. Just to let y'all know, all right? You ain't got to be old to get menopause. Women hit menopause. There's women that on regular hitting menopause. Menopause doesn't have an age. It's a condition. Because I used to think that too. It's just old chicks. No, chicks can be 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's glitching, you say? All right, hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, how about now, y'all? Is that better? Y'all let me know if that's better. Yeah, they doing that. They doing that. Trust me. It's like 3 or 4 of them. They get teen. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? They flag my channel. They're not flagging my channel. They making fake videos. Y'all don't think that's somebody that's mentally ill? Like, think about it like this. What type of people come to your channel every day and flag your channel, try to encourage people not to donate to you, build fake channels or whatever, except for somebody that's mentally ill, right? Because I don't do that shit. So I don't know. I have never in my life made a channel, a fake channel by any personality on here or a channel dedicated to them. There's people that are mentally ill. And like we sit up there and we try to laugh it off like it's a joke or it's ha ha he key funny. Nigga, if you fucking with my money, a lot of things can happen out of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the one thing you don't fuck with a nigga up here. You don't fuck with a nigga's money. Anything can happen, my nigga. You fucking with my money. If you coming in here and you telling niggas don't donate to me, then that means that nigga you fucking with my money. You understand what I'm saying? If you making fake pages to encourage motherfuckers not to donate to me, that means you fucking with my money. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, you won't hear asking for donations. These will be the same podcasters asking for donations. These will be the same podcasters that got a cash app up there. These will be the same podcasters that sit there and try to convince you how everybody else is wrong and they're right. But in reality, they're the most wrong people out here on the internet. They harass people. These are black people that harass other people of color. To me, these seem like agents of white supremacy, but for some reason or another, niggas held these niggas up high. They are literally black women that are sitting up here prosecuting motherfucking Jay-Z and Diddy online, right? But white women, you'll never see them online sitting up there trying to massacre Harvey Weinstein or Epstein in the same decorum that these bitches have. You understand what I'm saying? What you also should pay attention to. All these bitches that go extra hard in on Diddy every 5 minutes. Like I just saw Captain Kangaroo Atwood. He live right now. He must have seen me live, so he want to go live on the same information. Captain Kangaroo Atwood, you understand what I'm saying, is one of them people too. He sends trolls over to people's pages, whatever. I had for a straight, I did some pieces on him for a straight week and a half. I had people over here calling me the N-word over and over and over and over and over. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't even care. I don't even care. Like right now, I had one person support my channel with what was it? Yeah, I had a $15 cash app. I'm cool with that. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do it one piece at a time. We do it one piece at a time. But it's just the fact that if you fucking with somebody's bread like that, and like last night I had a whole live and I was showing people because one of my supporters, Javon, he came in here, he was like, yo, you know there's another page with you? I was like, huh? I only got one page. And everybody know I only got one page. So he showed me the page and I was like, oh shit. And so I went, well, actually I went to go look for it, but it wasn't hard to find. I went and I found it. And after I found it, I was just like, yo, that's crazy. But I appreciate them even being me aware of that. And this person that put up upload and up the upload, they took pictures of me. What they do is they take the video, it's an old trick, but they take the video, put the video somewhere where you look like you're funny in a funny position or your face is contorting when you're talking, because you could very well see me here. And so what they do is like your face is contorting or it's at a certain angle. They would switch the angles. You could tell there's been some different type of altering done with the end of it. They did a very sloppy job of it, but you could tell the pictures have been altered and exaggerated and shit. And I'm just like, wow, really? And they had ended up like 30 something videos of that. Even if I would afford the person who did that, the black community would be like, oh, it's no big deal because we don't like him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I don't give a shit. If you guys don't know, the African American community, they don't really care for me too much here on YouTube. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care too much for them either, especially if you sitting around, you flagging people like cowards. These niggas be talking about, oh, I hate white people this, white people that, but going to white YouTube to complain about a black podcast. So that's fucking hilarious. I don't like white people unless I got a problem with a nigger. If they do that, then I guess I mean, effectively that's what it is. And like, unfortunately, I am who I am as far as who I appear to be on this camera. So you're not gonna get sympathy and empathy from black women. You're not gonna get sympathy and empathy from black men. Black men will say some words in here, but they're not gonna financially help you out. You understand what I'm saying? So I really don't reach out to black dudes to try to help me out. Matter of fact, I've seen where that ends up at. You know what I'm saying? And I've got my constrictions about that. I tell niggas at the same time, listen, I've been off before and I get back on every time. So, you know what I'm saying? This time when I get back on, don't ask me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me for nothing. I don't give a fuck if you drown it, nigga. Don't ask me for shit. You know what I'm saying? Ebenezer motherfucking Scrooge, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I will keep that with me until the end of my days. And if you ever look back and you wonder, why is he like that? Why does he refuse to help black people that are in need and this, that, and other, and the third, or whatever? Look back at this video right here, and these times that happen, you understand why. Black community turned their back on me, dog. Trust me when I tell you this. You understand what I'm saying? Because of where I used to work at and my belief in my system, that I believe in the judicial system enough to say, okay, if you sitting up here and you advocate and say, send Diddy to jail, send Jay-Z to jail, right? But then you looking at me and you turning around to me, and this is other hypocrite shit I saw the other night too, and if I have to say it how I say it. Like with Jaguar Wright, she got named on a lawsuit. I tried to warn the bitch beforehand, but she got named on a lawsuit. All of a sudden, everybody from her crew, they over there taking up for her, but it's wrong for me to take up for Puff. I'm not even taking up for Puff. I'm just saying there's a evidence of doubt there. Well, I am taking up for Puff. Fuck that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's an evidence of doubt there. And prosecutors seem to think that. The judge seems to think it too. You understand? And so you're telling me it's okay to defend her, but it ain't okay to defend ours. So that's confusing, right? And that's when it comes into this whole manipulation shit or reverse psychology, where they try to preach to you and tell a lot of these people online, they try to tell you, don't go support this person or whatever, whatever. I remember the first time that I went down to the courthouse for Diddy's first arraignment. I forgot how many views I did. Then the second time I went down there, it was 332,000 views by the time I was finished the video, right? And I remember right at that point, there was a nigga that tapped in and he started telling his audience, he's a Diddy supporter. He's a Diddy supporter. And that just reverted all through. And the nigga know what I'm talking about. The nigga pork chop. He does shit like that. He goes into his membership wall, whatever. And he tries to play it off like he's some gangster nigga or something. Like nigga turned around and said, so? Like he'll say little smart, sarcastic shit or whatever. And I'm like, nigga, if you said that to me in person for real, no way would I stop. You know what I mean? Like I put the whole joint and get this nigga 16 candles to blow out on his birthday cake. You understand what I'm saying? Or 12 if he ain't been that smart. You know what I mean? I don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I want you to hear that too, nigga, because like swear to God to you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, everybody you give a hug to, nigga. Everybody you give a hug to, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You think I'm playing, nigga. I ain't playing. You will be the example, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You will be the example of why not to have birthday parties on the wrong type of the month. No, that's all right, man. People come in here and say that shit all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Steve. It's always that one right there. See, if you were, let me tell you something, quick trick so y'all pick this up if you're an upcoming vlogger. Whenever somebody say I would, but, and they have that excuse and they write that in your chat room, as far as it goes for your Cash App, anything like that, block them niggas. They're never going to donate to you. They're going to say that shit to you. I had a person that just had my shit for a year and a half saying that same shit to me. That's why I block people that say shit like that. Or somebody come in here and say, where can I donate $500 to? Anytime you hear somebody say some shit like that, they're not donating no $500 to you. So don't show no interest or no other. What they want to show is you could be led by money. $500 ain't no motherfucking money, nigga. You can keep that shit. Go fuck your family with it. You know what I mean? So that's how you gotta treat people like that. I don't like I'm cool with personalities here on YouTube and everything like that or whatever, but I look at it like this. There's a lot of niggas that be in my chat room talking every day. And that's all they doing is talking. So you can't even really start the revolution with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? They just talking. You know what I mean? Niggas ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between me and a lot of these niggas. Like they won't do, I will do. You know what I'm saying? No questions asked. So it's like, you know, I don't even pay attention to people no more. Man. I'm definitely not into the I'm out of the black business for 2025. That's definite. Black business includes if you have some subject that comes up that is exclusive to African Americans, and I don't see it has any merit outside of the poise of personal. I'm not covering it. As far as history of African Americans, I'll no longer be doing that on here either. Because I saw when I went to the Malcolm X shit, they wasn't even into that. I went to where Malcolm X was killed, had a mother at the Alderman Ballroom, had a tour guide who I'm pretty sure is part of the Malcolm X family. And she gave me a beautiful tour, beautiful black woman, gave me a beautiful tour. This is the difference between the ladies and the host. Gave me a beautiful tour. And when we were in there, And by the time I finished, not one person donated even $5. I was like, wow, this is Malcolm X. You know what? A lot of the comments were like, so what you're there? That's a new one now. Since they can't compete with you, they'll be like, so what? They're trying to deduce where you're at or deduce where you showed up. Like it's this is the African American spectrum here on YouTube. And like I'm like, this is basically like being in the projects, in the worst projects in New York City around a whole bunch of buck wild niggas, and you standing outside in the Terrence, I mean, standing outside in the courtyard, they all in their apartments with the doors locked. You understand what I'm saying? And you got one gun. You know what I mean? Like that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take it. Just shows the temperament of Black American people. You know, and when I even give Maggie the Black Owl her shit. She said the same thing. She said the same thing. She said, nah, Chris, niggas is broke for who they want to be broke for. That's another. Chris, let me tell you something. I've been doing this for 5 years, right? Niggas is broke for who they want to be broke for. For example, right? I had a motherfucker one time tell me the same words. She said, oh, I'm broke. I don't really have it now. So this later on that afternoon, right? You too, AK. Thank you for that donation too. He was the only person. That was the only person that donated to me. Um, Later on after my shit went off, it was probably like 2 or 3 hours. So it was another vlogger that both of us knew mutually. You know what I'm saying? Because I had seen the person over there. That's why I invited them over to my joint. And do you know when they got over to their joint after they had told me I would donate to you, but I ain't got it right now? They went over there and donated $50 to the other person. You understand what I'm saying? So what I found is there's certain attributes that you have to do when you're trying to talk to the Black community. Number one, you got to appear as if you're racist. You don't like white people. That's the number one you got to do. Number two, you got to talk like in this octave that's kind of like Steven from Django Unchained and everybody that was on the plantation with Steven and them. You want us to treat them like white people? No, 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 Patina, that ain't what I said. They like to be talked to like that. Then you got like a third type that's like this overly competitive shit, but they only want to compete with niggas. I don't compete with niggas. I compete with white people. I've always done that. That's why I said the thinkings and the rationalities and the metrics of niggas never, ever, ever, ever bother me. I ignore it so quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when somebody, like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, unless you're somebody that I want in my mind that is someone that can teach me something and you happen to be Black or you happen to be Latino, most of the shit that you say that I equate it to being some hood shit that don't equate like that, and that's not how the world work. You understand what I'm saying? I have nothing to say to them. No, no, I don't want nothing from none of them. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Fuck them all. That's what I'm saying to you, Chris. Fuck them. You not getting what I'm saying. I listen. Black men hate each other. You want me to be honest with you? Most black dudes hate each other. You understand what I'm saying? If you put them in an arena and you put 60 knives in front of 60 motherfuckers, they would all try to kill each other. If you told them that at the end of this is a prize for $100,000, they would all try to kill each other. They hate each other. You understand what I'm saying? If you're Black yourself or you're Latino, tell me when you walk down the street and then have a nigga sitting out there and he'll look past four white people to stare at you. I've had that happen a million times. Oh no, don't worry about no black men. Most black men are raised by bitches. You didn't know that? Most black men are raised by bitches. So that's the only thing they identify with is bitches. They don't identify with a nigga like me. Nah, 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 nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't worry about no. I don't worry about no black people donating to me. That just doesn't happen. I've been here with y'all for 2.5 hours. Ain't no black people donated to me. You know who pay me? Google. Hell no. No, 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 no. I mean, I even further the point here. No, that's your culture, motherfucker. Stepdaddy Johnson, that's your culture. And I don't accept shit like that. That's your culture. You understand? That's your culture. And I don't do this are we them shit because are we them been sitting here with me for 2 hours and 15 minutes and only one of us donated some money to me. But if it was a bitch, listen, bitch Don Robinson from In Vogue, right? This bitch voluntarily left the group in 1996. Right now, the hoe is sleeping in the car. This yesterday, after she had did that whole tirade and went viral or whatever, 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 whatever. You understand what I'm saying? After she went to show me an example when they act differently. Show me an example of when you seen differently. And don't give me a microcosm example. Give me a huge example of something monumentally turning for the good for a man of color based on the efforts of other men of color in 2025. Go ahead, Chris. I'll give you a second while I'm telling this story. Okay, make it good. Okay, I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't shit. Anyway, long story short, you get these motherfuckers that are online nowadays. Most of them been reared and raised by women, right? And so most of them they go into climate with women. So today, what's this bitch's name? Dawn Robinson. Her ex-husband offered her a job. You understand what I'm saying? Her ex-husband offered her a job because the bitch went online and everybody's just so concerned. And then I was watching what bitches were writing under the comments out of the post that her husband had set up. He offered the hoe a job, told her, yo, you could be taken care of. You know I got a place to stay, so you got somewhere to lay your head. Hoe been laying up for 3 months. You know what bitches and niggas was doing? They was like, because he had a Trump hat on. You understand what I'm saying? Her ex-husband had a Trump hat on. I ain't did my investigation, but he's a Trump supporter to some degree or another. Niggas was on there. You don't need to be with no man like that. Watch it, girl. He might do something to you. Girl, don't do nothing. Don't go over there, girl. Just give her some money. They were saying all kinds of shit like that. It was not one positive shit that, maybe I skipped them. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so few of any of these hoes that were in that motherfucking comment section that was saying anything to the accord of, bitch, go ahead and take your ass home, take that job that man trying to give you. But had that been a white man, that bitch, they would have held him up high. He could have been wearing the same MAGA hat. They would have held him up high. Oh my God, he's a white knight and a blah, blah, blah. These bitches hate their own men. And if a couple of you niggas gotta meet your demise as if you ain't done it yet to find that out, I just saw Amon Shepard get motherfucking robbed, nigga. I just saw Amon Shepard just literally get robbed, and I think the nigga was set up the whole time. Y'all hear what the fuck Tiana Taylor got out of that shit? This bitch got like 4 houses worth $10 million, a Rolls Royce, a Sprinter van. Bitch got $8,000 or $8,800 a month coming to her in child support. Why does this bitch need child support? You're a multi-millionaire. What the fuck do you need $8,000 a month for child support for? What the fuck you gonna do with $8,000 a month except pay for tuition for private school? All right, I get it. And bitches is on there praising that post. Oh my God, Tiana did it, girl. Key. Like, he. You listen to the responses from these hoes, and you be like, oh, okay, I see why nobody marrying y'all bitches. Y'all bitches is fucking setup artists. These are not your sisters, and these are not your brothers. Listen to me very carefully. The average black woman that is anywhere between the ages of 20 to 33, 34 years old is a complete fucking nut. All right? At a majority stake of about 60%, they are complete fucking nuts. Everything that their doctrine speaks about something from the prior Biden era. Most of these bitches can't even put together, comprise a complete sentence for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? And when they do, it's a whole bunch of non-coherent jargon that nobody gives a fuck about in the echo of a victim stance. You understand what I'm saying? And not only do you have to compete with them motherfuckers, but you got to compete with the simps that support them. Now, the simps that support them, this is the thing. They'll say, well, are you asking other men to help you out and donate? No. I'm not asking you none of your niggas for nothing. Because I see, unlike these other podcasters just sitting in their room all the time, I actually put in the work to show example. I work for my money. And some people just don't see it that way. They see it as, oh, well, no, I like this person because they got a mammy personality and they make me laugh. Ooh, Lord, child. Ooh, Lord. You know, the motherfuckers talk like that. Lord, child, this a mess, child. Ooh, Lord. And I said, if that's what you can relate to, you don't come from shit. You don't believe me? Somebody mentioned Jerry Springer earlier. Right here, locally, is where they filmed Jerry Springer and the other shows. Here locally, where I live at, in Connecticut. And yeah, this is the truth. They filmed them here locally. Okay. Now, with that being said, right, Jerry Springer always picked a certain demographic of people. I'm gonna put something in y'all before I get up out of here, because I don't be sitting here talking to niggas and niggas ain't donating and supporting the channel, hitting the like button or nothing. Jerry Springer always picked people. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on, Tina? Jerry Springer always picked people at the time on his show that were low elk from trash. He had a certain demographic that he picked out. Most of them were from some rural place down south, ain't never been nowhere before, whatever. Sometimes same thing, rural people in the northeast too. He picked them too. But more importantly enough, he always picked people that were trailer trash, basically, JB. And he brought these people onto the show. Now he knew these people wasn't the smartest of people. He knew these people weren't the sharpest of people. He knew these people were easy to make fun of. And the reason was because their education level was limited. This is the same thing you get with the average subscriber nowadays on YouTube and the average motherfucking podcasters. Most of these motherfuckers ain't even graduate high school, dog. Yet alone graduate motherfucking collegiate institution. So, when it comes to yeah, they watch over 23 kids. Yeah, so when it comes to African Americans or whatever, Chris, you're gonna have to forgive me, man. I got this rule. Like if people I keep reading your comments and it's not fair to everybody else because I kind of got this rule. If you don't donate to support my channel, I just really don't reference your comments anymore. So respectfully, I can't read no more of your comments no more. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but that's just my rule. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, because that's not fair to everybody else. I tell that too. Yeah, that would be you, Chris. Ain't no disrespect, B. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, that is what it is. I don't keep reading people's comments if they're not contributing to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Um, and for a nigga to say young Dolph is back alive, that you really need some help. Yeah, we're getting the crazy showing up here. Yeah, I live in the New England states, man. You know what I mean? I try to be who I am, man. I don't look for friends online. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to it, I've had so many people. I'm not your motherfucking nunk. Your mama had you when she was 13. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, most of these motherfuckers that be over here and be talking that shit they be talking and saying whatever, they'll go and support a bitch just like that tonight. Trust me when I tell you, Don Robinson, she got sucker niggas and simp niggas all alike ready to put her up. But nobody asked the question, well, the real thing in consideration here to having the conversation is this bitch left her group in 1996, just when they was hitting their peak. Yes, they were fucked over a lot as in Vogue and self goes. And Dawn Robinson, if y'all didn't know, is from right here in Connecticut, and coincidentally from the same town that Cassie is from that I used to live in. A lot of people out there locally know Dawn Robinson. So I was on the phone with somebody this morning just talking about this shit because they had called me. So my point is, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about they called me for that. They had called me, we were just talking and we brought up that conversation. Anyway, Dawn Robinson left out a couple things. She was married. You had somebody who was taking care of you. You went back to motherfucking mama and daddy in them's house. They probably got tired of your old ass because bitch, you 58 years old. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, my mama was always you, bitch. You unless you dropping off something to go on a visit, my mama and you staying there, she didn't come out your mouth at 58. If unless you was getting beat up or your mom was sick, you shouldn't be staying in the motherfucking corner room at 58 years old, wandering around the house and shit or whatever. Bitch, write a song or something. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I ain't letting you off that easy, hoe, just because you from the NL. Now, she had a husband. I don't know why her and her husband broke up. I can't find no information about that, so they were either kind of private about it. But regardless of the fact, the bitch had options. Now, you said that your mama got on your nerves. Then you turned around and said that the dude said he had a little bit. I heard you out your own mouth. You said the dude said he had a little bit of space. Last time I checked, when somebody said they got a little bit of space, that means I ain't got a whole bunch of space. You ain't gonna have a whole bunch of room, but you can stay at this motherfucker if you want to. And you took your ass out there, which sounds like to me and destitute, because you was sleeping in hot ass motherfucking Vegas, where you can get exhausted out that motherfucker. There's people that pass out from heat strokes all the time in Arizona and Vegas. All right. I'm not talking about Nevada, because when you get out into the deserts, it's even worse. You understand what I'm saying? When you pass the fuck out from all that heat out there, it's a different type of heat. It's just dry. It's not like Miami heat is like different. Miami heat has got some wetness to it. You know understand what I'm saying? That's why you always sweating or whatever. This heat is different. Like that Arizona, Vegas heat, that shit is different. And I felt it firsthand. We went out there in fucking February and it was 80 degrees. Lady said, you lucky you ain't out here. Sky Harbor Airport, Tempe, Arizona. Lady said, you lucky you ain't out here in the summertime. The trash cans be melting. I said, son of a bitch. The trash cans be melting. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of crazy to me. You know what I'm saying, guys? Make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, $ STRINGERBELL80. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all support the channel like y'all support all these other vloggers that don't be talking about shit. I done talked about the bulk of what I wanted to talk about when it comes to what's the name? When it comes to you and Christopher. I appreciate that donation. Appreciate that. Yeah, the bull you out there, man, for real. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you, what's the name, for those small donations. Guys, make sure y'all keep on hitting up the Cash App, man. Support the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you did. That's what I just said. I put he said on your joint pause. Yeah, man. I gotta be about the money on here, man, because I like taking people places and showing them shit. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff I got on. I literally have a checklist of places I want to take people, whatever, whatever. But I can't deplete my own bank account just to bring niggas a show that they ain't gonna support. So you know, it is what it is with me. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that. And guys, make sure y'all hit the like button, double tap the screen, just hit it 2 times like that. I appreciate it so we can get some more people that got some spare change. You know what I'm saying? Like minimum for me, $5. You know what I'm saying? Don't need $5, $10, $15, $20. It's nothing. It's Friday. For all y'all niggas, for all these niggas to be on here talking about they get money and talking about other people get money. They ain't never got no spend. Real nigga got money, got expendable money to spend. You understand what I'm saying? Sean, we done built it. I don't know, like the average nigga in their lifetime on YouTube ain't gonna get 24K subscribers. You understand what I'm saying? The average nigga on YouTube ain't gonna ever see 4K subscribers, let alone 400. You understand what I'm saying? I built this motherfucker from scratch, just being myself. I ain't like, and it built quickly. Like I said, I only been here 5 years doing this. There's people that been here. You see me read out their resume. They've been here for 11 years, 48 subscribers, 10 years, 68 subscribers. You understand what I'm saying? They don't have no real flow with them or whatever. And the shit they talk about is just regurgitated shit. They can't talk about nothing off the cuff. Have you noticed I ain't had to play a video? I ain't had to read nobody's article. I ain't had to point to some superstar and say, "Oh, they're terrible." That I ain't had to do none of that. Yet and still, I broke down everything we had to do talk about with Puff's situation. You can go back to the beginning of this podcast if y'all want to hear that. We don't do regurgitations over here too much. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice little lengthy conversation about that, and I brought up 3 different things. I brought up Rule 305, I brought up Rule 404, and 405. And I insist that you guys go check those out because those were mentioned by Judge Submarinian, who is a man, not a woman, like Lisa Smells said. Lisa Smells tried to pass off the Indian judge as a woman. I said, God damn. Y'all ain't peeped that shit yet? Like a lot of these women, they'll be misspeaking genders now. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on, Ukraine? I'm an 80s baby that sees the big picture of reality, or if that's what you call it, and try not to fall victim to swiveling. Like nowadays, for me, I think the biggest enemies online are to themselves are the vloggers. See, like, it's a difference between me and other vloggers. I worked in the music industry. And so now the only option they have when they arguing with somebody like me is try to deduce everything that I say or try to redact everything that I say based on how they feel inside, which is basically based on some weirdo ass psychoanalysis that these people have going on, and most of the time they're pending mentally ill minds. And so what happens is a lot of times as you get these motherfuckers to get online, they don't say anything, and they'll have these crowds of people that have a lot of extra money to spend, and they will encourage them to keep doing bullshit. It's almost like they're encouraging them to kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? And we'd always seen that. You know what I'm saying? Like you take a motherfucker to a bridge or whatever and say, "Yo, I'm gonna jump off this bridge." You'll have at least 15 motherfuckers that say, "Do it, do it, do it, do it." Shit, in some situations I would. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just keeping it above with you. When you got people like that or financially support people like that and tell you not to financially support people like me, that's when you know the culture is going dark. Basically, what they're telling you is support ruckus, support chaos, support trauma, support financially people that may not be mentally aware of what's going on, support people in other parts of the country that outside of New York where all this shit that y'all say Puff and Jay-Z and these things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we giving money to a bitch up in Canada for? You know what I'm saying? But there's a bitch up in Canada that seems to be the yes and go how of everything that goes on with Jaguar Rights life. But prior to a year ago, we've been on here following the Jaguar Rights shit for 5 years. This bitch just came up a year ago, and all of a sudden she's a motherfucking expert. Like, get the fuck out of here, bitch! You ain't even know who Goomba was. Respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Like, like that shit's still confusing to me too. But who am I to tell people how to do their thing? You know what I'm saying? But bitch, you don't know who Goomba is. You need to go take several seats. You know what I'm saying? You out here beefing with people that been in this scenario in this story for years, and she beefing with them, talking shit about this one, talking shit about that one, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I got 32 cousins. You ain't all them niggas can get it. Like, what the fuck you doing? It's all smoke screen. I don't give a fuck about them people. I really don't. Like, the majority of them, they could go somewhere and croak. I don't even care. Like, my heart is different now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, my heart, like I can explain to you real quick. My heart is not with Black Americans anymore. I quite frankly, a good prosperity of them, like, just look at. I'm not discussing it with them. I'm discussing it with their ways and how they become. They become very disgusting people, very vile people, very nasty people, very quick to destroy each other, very quickly to start campaigns. Like I mentioned yesterday, that wasn't a white boy that started a fake page. What's going on, Jenny? That wasn't a white boy that started that page. That wasn't a Ukrainian. That wasn't an Asian. That was a nigga that started a fake page about me, whether they be male or female, which I'm pretty much got a toss up based of a couple of things I've seen in the videos that point me to who made up the page. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm surprised because I'm like, yo, I ain't talked about this person in a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's all to keep an attachment to you. A lot of people, they know who the people are that matter in the story, and they try to keep an attachment to them, especially people that got few viewers. You know what I'm saying? So it is. My day sucks. My day sucks. I had somebody make a fake page encouraging people not to donate to me. I did a whole live with that yesterday, Janine. And then today, you know what I'm saying? I had somebody leave me a comment talking about some donation shit, and I had to go. It got what do you call that shit? Retracted by YouTube. And then when I've been on here, I had about 8 people today. When y'all say if you've been here with me the whole time, like 8 people today come in. Why you asking for donations? They don't like men of color. This is the same thing. They don't like men of color that look like me to be on here. We can't ask for no donation. We're supposed to do our lives for free. You know what I'm saying? Only black women can ask for donations, and women in general. Then you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get a regular gig or a job or whatever, there's a hesitation to hire you there. You don't believe me? Go to your local Walmart, go to your local Target or something like that. You'll notice one thing real quick. Everybody, almost 70% to 80% of the motherfucking the workers are light skinned or white. They don't even look like you, and the bulk of your people will be in there shopping. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's definitely a hate movement for men of color, whatever, whatever. And I'm just like, you know what? I really don't care no more. This don't, like, when you got a situation or app, just don't call me. That's all I'm saying. I'm out of the black business. Fuck that shit. These people hate each other, dog. Trust me when I tell you, they hate each other. All that together, kumbaya shit they be talking, that shit is fake. These niggas give them the chance, they will destroy each other. Trust me when I tell you that. And Latinos not too far behind. They do the same shit. It is what it is. So yeah, we ain't too much worried about that shit right there. Y'all can ain't too worried. Thank you again, Dan. You worried about, we ain't too worried about that shit right there. About as far as, like, if I look forward to black. Somebody asked me, they say, so black men are supposed to donate to you. Just the fact that somebody would say something like this. So black men are supposed to donate to you. I'm like, no, no, no. Don't tell them everybody. Don't tell all of them to sub. Nah. If they ain't donated or helped out, fuck them motherfuckers. There's 8 million people in New York City. I live in New York City, tri-state. There's 8 million people up here. If I met you and I didn't like you in real pro, I'd be like, yo, fuck that nigga. I treat them the same way I would treat him in real person. Anybody that can't support the channel, you see I'm saying what I'm saying, fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them niggas. For real. Now, we don't want them niggas over here. Please don't sub. Don't sub. Don't ever come back to this motherfucker. Fuck you and everybody living in your house. No, don't come back to this motherfucker, you cheap bitch. I don't like motherfuckers like that. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck do I want them here for? Huh? So you can sit here for another couple of weeks and don't and do absolutely nothing. I had a bitch for the Lord. Let me tell you about this hoe real quick. This hoe, she sat on my channel for a year and a half, right? And this bitch kept on giving excuse and excuse and excuse why she couldn't donate, why she couldn't support the channel. And I was just like, yo, are you serious? So the bitch kept on going, well, I got Zelle, I got Zelle. So I went and downloaded Zelle, whatever, whatever. The bitch made up an excuse why she could. I said, oh, okay, I see what you trying to run. I said, bitch, you went through all that. And the only thing you had to do is, if you would have dropped $10 in there, I would have said nothing. She didn't give me no food stamp card number, homie. What she did was she kind of tried to lead me on. Like I had somebody come in here earlier today. It was like, I'll donate $500. Where's the Cash App? Cash App said bold on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they do things like this as a goof to be kind of funny or whatever. And it's real childish, like ninth grade twattage. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it as because I don't play games like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I really don't play games like that. I'd rather get you the fuck up out of here than play that game with you. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, I don't like that shit. What's that? There's another one in here talking about you sound like a pimp. I sound like a pimp. Pimps talk like me. I hate pimps talk like me. You know what I mean? That's the type of people you get in here. They're either racist, misandrous, man hating, black women, white women, or misandrous support. Like a lot of these white dudes that be in here and they be talking the shit they be talking is really because they want to fuck black girls. You know what I'm saying? And the black girls, they go along with it because a lot of them don't feel pretty enough when a black man tells them they're pretty. So they have to get verification from a white man. A white man is the ultimate sign that they are pretty to them. So, you know, yeah. This is what it is. That's why I told y'all shouldn't even be in about a slight bit. Start shaming them bitches like they shame you when you go date a white girl or something like that. Start shaming them bitches like they shame. Oh, why you like nobody's ever attacked what's that ugly bitch's name? Serena Williams. Nobody's ever attacked that ugly bitch when she's been dating that powder puff motherfucker she's been dating for all these years. That nigga is pasty pale as fuck and odd shaped. That's an odd shaped man. And she's been with this pasty pale motherfucker for years. Nobody has said shit to her. Eve, she damn near looked like the cover of the Help Part 2 and doing her recent Christmas picture. Nobody said anything about her. In fact, all the black chicks didn't make fun of her or anything else. Only thing they sat there and said, oh, what a beautiful family. And this is an all-white family. Now, had there been a nigga sitting at the table and all them white folks were behind them or whatever, they would have had every joke they had, whatever, whatever. These bitches hate black men. And I keep trying to tell you that. That's why they go and they make fake pages or whatever. They hate their own men. If they had the chance, they would take you up out of here. They would take you up out of here. I'm trying to tell you. I've heard conversations with bitches sitting up here talking about their kill. This bitch that was on the Storm and Roll niggas channel for the longest, named Cynthia G. She was sitting there with Storm and Roll. And I don't know if he was playing the bitch, whatever. I don't know what the fuck went on, but I know you promoted that bitch. You helped that bitch get cash apps, and that bitch didn't have no short of cash apps from black women while she was sitting up there professing that you should have exclusively abortions if you're ever involved with being pregnant by a man of color. I said, yo, that's crazy to me. And nobody had a problem with this. This bitch got kicked off YouTube, literally went to another joint. The people that were following her from YouTube went followed over there, kept donating to her. And the whole time this bitch is preaching eugenics. But because she got a pussy and she a black woman, everybody's like, oh no, it's cool, she do it. That's why I tell you, like, black culture is ran by bitches. There is no men within it. Like you'll get these niggas that go work out at the gym or whatever. Like nigga, I'll pop your ass. Like all that big nigga shit. I go to the gym and all that shit. Yeah, that shit don't fucking focus up here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't focus up here. Whatever. I went to the gym. All right, nigga, hold that. But take that to the gym, nigga. Anyway, like I said though, it's sad because like a lot of niggas don't see it. They out here trying to have conversations and panels with the bitches and please love us. You know, if there's a pick me crowd, there's a please love us crowd amongst the men. Please love us. Anytime you got to go to some bitches and be like, yo, can we compromise with you, baby? Because I see some of y'all channels, it be pathetic. He's being like, give me compromise. We got to love the black woman. These bitches don't love you, nigga. They don't love you. Some of these bitches want y'all dead. Don't you understand that? And they will still look at you, not my sister, not my sister, you dumb motherfucker. Other bitches are out here telling niggas, yo, this is what's going on and this is how bitches think. Now I'll be checking out 20 verses one. I don't want to have no. I'm trying to get out of the nigga department. Period. Completely. I don't want to do no more nigga stories. Chef with a homie. I don't want to do no more black media stories. I'm trying to segue myself out of it. I know right now it brings the views or whatever, whatever, but slowly but surely we're gonna segue out of that. Is the problem right there. I have to stop doing these videos that are meant for the T sectors and things like that or anti-T sector. I need to stop talking about media, I mean hip hop. I need to stop talking about this black Americans and period. And I think not only will I get more money, but it'll be a better batch of people because of the fact that I'm talking about these lowbrow motherfuckers that I cover a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? The problem is I'm starting to get these lowbrow crowds, and one thing that's constant about them lowbrow crowds is they never have any money to give, but to anybody they got money to give to like two or three people, and the people they give money to is people that sound the most like a slave. So if you sound like a slave or, like Mammy that was sitting on the porch and gone with the wind, Lord, Lordy, 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 it's a mess, Lordy, Lordy, child. You use all these old adages and shit that come from the trade plantation. That's the motherfuckers that win. So that's what they respond to. They respond to people that talk like slaves. I don't talk like a slave, so I don't fit in the foray. And you know what? Really, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. As far as the men, most of the men have been raised by bitches, so they don't understand the dynamic of men in other cultures, even when they're old, young, whatever. If I was Jewish, I could go to the Jewish community right now in Brooklyn. I'd be like, look here, Rabbi, I need to borrow $8,000. So what? I'm trying to start a business. Whether I make that motherfucker, what's the name, business happen or not, or whatever, whatever the Jesuit community that's down there, whatever, whatever, is going to look at me and they're going to be like, well, he paid his debt back. And it'll be low interest. I'll get the money. It don't matter if I'm 80, 90 years old, I'm going to get that money. If I go to Italian community, which I've proven now 3 times, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the money I need. If I go to the Latino community as a man, there will be people there to help me, which has happened many of times before. You know what I'm saying? The only one that I've had a problem with is two groups. And I can't even say two groups. It's really just one. Black Americans. Black Americans, they have a belief system that is very archaic, very racist, very strident on basically is trying to topple each other over. And really the toppling they're trying to do to each other is all based on jealousy and a vile jealousy, type of jealousy that there is. Get the fuck out of my chat room. You look dumb as shit. Would you say? No, it's all good, Chris. You shouldn't be. See, Chris, this is the thing. By the time I finish this live, there would have been at least, and I'm just going by the numbers, probably 13,000 people in here. And so if you and two other people, the only people that donated or whatever, and many of those people are looking at me that they're looking at me are black or black adjacent, meaning black Caribbean, black American, or black UK or whatever, and they're not donating a dime to you. It's a reason behind that. And the reason behind that is the way I look and the way I speak. So this is why I try to tell you there is no correlation with me and black Americans anymore. It's all men for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Don't call me brother. Don't ask me, you know what I'm saying? Like you call me brother when you come up in here, first thing I'm doing is I'm blocking you. You call me first thing I'm doing is blocking you. You call me my nigga, first thing I'm doing is blocking you because you're none of that. You understand what I'm saying? And how dare you sit there and try to insult me and insult my crowd by even assuming that you're like that? You understand what I'm saying? When you're not. Your job is to come here and you listen to me until you find a point in the moment where you can interrupt the conversation, say something fucked up or whatever, whatever, and show your true ulterior motive that you always had. And this is what you give with most black American men most of the time and black American women. So when I hear foreign entities like Maggie the Black Owl, she reverting the same words. When I hear other people from across the pond and everywhere else, I still have to take them in consideration of what they're saying because at the same token, these motherfuckers have lost their mind. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to roll over there with them nutball motherfuckers that y'all call the African American community, be my guest. I'm good. You have to be a certain type of person to be in that community and resonate with those people. And it usually consists of being a complete imbecile, being presumptuous, trying to expose people, making fun of people, using jokes that come from the 6th and 7th grade as an adult, crashing out on each other, only being specific and exclusive to clashing out on black people and black people only, never ever trying to point out anybody white or trying to correct them in anything they say or do or move. You understand what I'm saying? You're just projected on niggas. So to me, you just know more than the plantation help. You understand what I'm saying? You'd be an overseer on the plantation or mammy on the plantation. And if that don't resonate with you and make sense or whatever, then you surely are lost. So now, to answer your question, I don't be worried about no black Americans looking after me. Like I've had niggas come on here because I speak Spanish and they try to decipher everything. Like you saw somebody in here. I've had whole complete conversations in Spanish with people that have come in here and my what's the name? And these people are actually Latino. I've been in public and had conversations with multiple people that are Latino. You understand what I'm saying? And they're talking back to me. Nobody's sitting there talking, huh? What did you say? Da, da. You know what I mean? The people that you get it from is African Americans, because African Americans, they like to identify anything that looks like them or looks near them. You one of us then. Like you always hear this one. Well, it's gonna have you black too. That's what they'll say. They'll say that to Dominicans, they'll say that to Panamanians, they'll say that to Cubans, they'll say that to a lot of people. And the same people will look at them and be like, no, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. And I don't ever want to be like you. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Like for so many reasons. So if we talk about African Americans supporting Davin Lewis, no, I don't want to be like you ugly black bitch. I don't. I don't. I don't. You're not even attractive. You really want to go in? I can point it out. You're not attractive. You're ugly as fuck. You're a loudmouth. You probably go from podcast to podcast, going to check out the same shit. You're definitely not like me, or you wouldn't be here. So I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I don't want to date you. I don't think you're attractive. Honestly, truthfully, if you're part of my podcast, you definitely know you're not the type of bitch I want to have a baby by. All right. So I don't know what we're talking about, what we arguing about, who you supposed to be. You supposed to be the culprit or the motherfucking, like, I don't know who you're supposed to be. You understand? But really, what's your name? Sydney Joe. Your metrics of life or anything you have to say, I could less likely give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So do me a favor, baby. Go get hit by a fucking truck, you fucking cunt. Anyway, sorry about that, people. There's always some loudmouth black chick. See what I mean? She want to come in here and check me, but don't want to win a white podcast to check them. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I talk to that bitch the way I talk to her. Not a black woman, not a black lady, but a loudmouth black bitch. I don't handle that loudmouth black bitch shit. You want to do that shit, you go somewhere else and check. Go check your motherfucking kids, bitch. You got about 4 of them, about 3 different men. Go check them little motherfuckers. All right, y'all. Let me get up off of here if I cuss one of these motherfuckers out. All right, peace.